Let's get the party started. Happy Sunday. Welcome, 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 everyone. Oh, my. Oh, Lord. What's going on here? All right, let me see. I want to see if I'm set up properly. Goodness gracious. Let's hope the lighting is not that bad today. All right, let me see who's going to join today. I will see who's going to join. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm here bright and early. Well, bright and early my time. Okay, I got the notification. All right, let me hear my. Oh, yeah, my volume is good. All right. So I'll wait to see if anyone's going to join. If not, I can start. I hope everyone's Sunday is going very well. I hope you guys rested well last night. For the weeks to come, we got 2 weeks left in July. Where are we? We're the 19th. That's crazy. Y'all, 2 weeks left in July. We're already in August. That's wild. Back to school is coming. If you have kids, I already know what time it is. Lord, I know y'all gonna go through it soon. Why does it look like y'all? My room looks. Oh, this is craziness. Why does it look like I'm doing a seance in here all the time? You know what? I think I'm gonna switch the lighting. Let's switch the lighting. Hold on, y'all gonna watch me switch the lighting. Cause why it looks like I'm in a seance or I'm doing some type of ceremony up in here. When in actuality, I'm not. And don't mind the back. We have to do a lot of laundry today, so that's why everything looks kind of bare right now. Hold on. Let me see if it's better lighting here. Wait, it got darker. Oh hell no. Yeah, it be looking like. Nah, it looks like we're in a seance. Oh Lord, I'm not doing no damn ceremony in here. Hold on, where my candles at? I should have put them candles up in here. It look like a damn ceremony. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna leave it like that. It doesn't even look like daytime. I need to get better lighting or better. No, this lighting is fine though. Hold on, I'm talking to myself. This lighting is fine. Like I have 3 lights. I just do them one by one. I think I might have to move my location or something. Or the lighting in these apartments suck, yo. It's so annoying. It's soft lighting, and I can't change the light up there. I might have to ask the property manager if I could do that. Anyways, let me stop talking to myself. I'm gonna go check to see if anybody's here. If not, I'll continue talking to myself. Hey, Allie, how are you, sis? Some girl. Hey, hey, hey. How are you, sis? That our girl. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all heard me fighting with my damn lighting. I'm tired of this. Why is it like? Oh, yo, I'm tired of this. It literally looks like I'm in a seance right now. That don't make no damn sense. Okay, you know what? We might have to. Let me see if the my webcam is better for now. It's so annoying, y'all. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to choose another filming location. I'll have to figure it out. Next week I'm gonna go to a new location. I should have stayed where I was last time, like right over there, but it's being occupied by our new like coolant fan because it got kind of hot around here and I don't want to move it. So hold on, let me go and see if I do webcam if it's better. I just don't like the webcam because it's all up in my face. You see, look at that. Webcam be all up in the face. Look like, and then yeah, you know what? Whatever. Y'all see all my pimples. Who cares? Yeah, you see, it's all up in my. No, I don't like that. Okay, you know what? Y'all just gonna have to deal with the seance look. I look like I'm doing a damn. And I even got the headscarf too. Lord, I look like I'm doing a whole ceremony, y'all. Where my candles at? Here. Let's go put the candles on and start. All right, anyways, Deja Ru, hey sis, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone had a great Saturday evening. Today, yeah, I only have 3 hours for the live stream, so actually I can't even talk too much. I'm gonna wait for like a few more people to join and we gonna get to it. Let's finish our conversation from last night because I really don't want to miss any stories today. And I want to make sure that I cover everything properly. Yeah, hold on. Okay, let me fix this. It got worse. Yeah, it was better before. I shouldn't have moved it. That was my bad. And then look, it's daytime here. Hold on, if I move this way, look, it's like literally daytime. I don't know why it's so dark in here. Hold on, maybe if I turn this off, will that be better? Nope. No, it's even worse. All right, you know what? All right, let me stop. All right, You know what? Just leave it like this. It's worse. Oh, here we go. Oh my God. Okay, the lighting's good. Okay, it was my fault. All right, here we go. Princess Amani, how are you, sis? You haven't caught a live in a minute. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know everybody been so busy, which I love. I love when people are booked and busy. Hell, like I totally get it. It's summertime too. Everybody should be busy. It's summertime. School's about to start for some of y'all in the fall. And then also, like, if you're working, I know people were taking vacations probably in the summer too, but everything's about to get back to normal. And then the holidays are coming too, right? So it's like everything is just it's speeding up so well. 2026 is almost halfway done. It is halfway done. We only have, we're July, August, September, October, November, 5 months until the end of the year. So crazy year, crazy year. Good to see you too, sis. All right, let's start, y'all, because, yeah, I only have 3 hours. I got to get out of here. Mimi has a grooming appointment today, and I cannot be late. So let's do it. Well, just to give you guys a recap, yesterday we spoke about a few topics. Mainly, we did the Cardi B. Oh, Lord, the Cardi B topic, Lord. I'm glad we're done with that. I'm going to reserve everything for a case study because there's just a lot going on in her world and also with the Stefan Diggs situation. So I didn't want to take too much time on that. And then we talked about Julia Anderson, which we'll continue talking about, and her hating demonic ass uncle. We'll get into that more in depth today. And then we talked a little bit about Love Island, but today we're going to focus on the interracial aspect of Love Island and also like what it means for Black women and interracial dating now that it's in the media now. I mean, it's always been in the media, but now it's at the forefront. And we're going to just talk about different types of, I guess, positives and also negatives about it and how the media is highlighting interracial relationships between Black women and other races of men, mainly white men and Asian men. That's what I've been noticing as of late. Then we'll also get into AI. AI is going to be first, actually. Let's get into the AI topic first. And then, what else did I put on the thing? There's a whole bunch of other stuff I put on the thumbnail. Black identity, we're going to talk about that. That's going to include Amanda Steinberg and then that man on TikTok. Oh, Lord, I don't even know his name, but we're going to go through that. And then the lady who ended up being a side piece for the Christian rapper. And then we'll also get into the woman who, the Woo lady. We'll get into Miami things as well. So y'all buckle up for today. Buckle up. Hey, Monjam, how are you, sis? Hey, Rosa, how are you, sis? Hello. Welcome. All right, let's get started, y'all. So let's talk about AI first because it's AI Sunday. And I wanted to talk about AI too because I haven't done an update in a while. Also, hold on, let me pull all this stuff up. There's been a recent development with AI because the last time I talked about AI, we talked about the nurses and we talked about the different types of like AI. I think we talked about the AI. What were we talking about? We talked about the nurses and we talked about how AI was going to take over the Chinese reels. I think it was like the dramas and those little reels and stuff, right? But come to find out, AI is not really going to take over the way we think it is. And people are already starting to have AI regrets, especially companies. So we are going to watch this video. And shout out to, I think it was Sophie who sent it to me on Discord. I had already watched it from before because I think we have a similar algorithm. A lot of the videos I'll be sending me, sometimes I see them on my feed, which is amazing because it means we're on the same frequency. But it's going to be interesting to see how AI progresses because it looks like companies are having buyer's remorse. And I'm happy about that. Red flag to them for trying to get rid of people. Now, let's get into that.
ChatGPT was released to the market. And since
okay, hold on. I think I went too fast. Okay, let me put my volume up. All right, let's do it.
2022, ChatGPT was released to the market. And since then, the growth of AI has been impressive. The creation of hyper-realistic images, code generation, and even the delegation of complex tasks. AI seemed capable of doing everything with great ease. And after seeing everything it was capable of, companies began adopting AI exponentially. They incorporated it into their processes and realized that it was extremely cheap. But precisely because of its low costs, AI also began to bring problems.
AI company called Anthropic is raising alarms tonight about AI's potential impact on employment that could soon be felt.
Thousands of layoffs, team reductions, and massive displacement. Literally, AI was eliminating jobs across every industry. From roles in tech companies,
Amazon, Chegg, Microsoft, Meta, Salesforce, the list continues. Tech companies just are cutting tens of thousands of jobs.
to fast food chains.
You could soon be ordering from an AI machine instead of a real person. The fast food company's owner announcing today that artificial intelligence will work the drive-thru at hundreds of locations by the end of this year.
AI was wiping out almost any type of job. It could perform the work of entire teams in just minutes, largely because it was much more efficient, but above all because it was cheaper to maintain. But in recent months, a problem has started to emerge. AI is becoming very expensive.
Because AI
Yup, I don't know how they didn't realize that. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna get AI to help me with the chat because I know I miss chats. And I know, like, I always want to make sure that I highlight everything and that I'm, paying attention and that we can have real good conversations. And I always want to have dialogue with y'all. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I can create an AI bot to help me. Y'all, them tokens. I said, you know what? This is why. This is why we do stuff manually here. Because I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not paying all them damn tokens. No, I'm not. I'm not doing all that. And it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. And then also, like, if you want to use AI, for example, to help you streamline your work, especially if you're a content creator or you own a business and you're like, okay, I don't have enough money. Like, let's say you're a startup and you don't have enough money to hire an admin or, exec assistant or whatever you're doing. You can get like those like bots or services to do it, but it's hefty, y'all. The monthly. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Let me check how much it is to do a Gemini. We even gonna start with Gemini AI. Let's check pricing. Let's look at like what they got here. Like, let's see here. So if you want to plan, okay, AI Plus is $6.99 a month, 400 gig storage. That's actually not bad, right? But that's like if you get like you just get Gemini. And then it's just like email, but you're not getting a bot or anything like that. Then if you want to do AI Pro, you get 5 terabytes of storage, which is $26.99 Canadian. It's a little cheaper in America if you convert the money. Or in other countries, if you have the pound or USD, you're paying cheaper, a lot cheaper. Create faster and get it done. 4 times higher usage in Gemini, fine. But look at the Ultra, y'all. This is the one you should be getting if you're a content creator because it has 20 times more limits. You have 20 terabytes because you use up a lot of storage when you're editing. Y'all, I be using up storage. Like my last video was how many gigs? Hold on, let me check my my thing. I remember one of my videos was like almost like 30 gigs. I be using up gigs, y'all. What I do is I release the video and then I delete all. Y'all be doing a whole bunch of stuff. You have to though, because it's a lot of storage. This is the one that you probably would want to get, but look at that one, almost $140 a month. So $140 a month times 12 is how much? That's how they be getting you with them subscriptions, y'all. It's $1,600, which doesn't seem like a lot, right? But that's just basic, y'all. We're not even talking about the AI, like for people who have to make AI videos, how much tokens they have to pay and all that stuff. Like every time, and the AI videos are like 3 to 5 seconds. So imagine if you're doing, like, let's say I wanted to do a full-length video or full-length movie only in AI. I'm only paying 3 to 5 seconds, and that's already tokens. So in order to do 1 hour, it's just way too much money. It adds up, y'all. It adds up. Hold on. I see some extra people who joined the chat. Hold up. Hey, Mary, how are you, sis? Welcome. Mary Jane, how are you, sis? Adelia, how are you, sis? You said AI costs more than labor. Yup, it does, because it's a lot to maintain, and that's what they weren't thinking about. They were just thinking about, they thought that they would be able to cut the human labor. As cheap as it is, red flag, human labor is very cheap in my opinion, in order to get this machine that needs a lot of water, resources. The thing is, for us, we need that, but not to the extent of AI. We can survive. No, We can't survive without it. But you guys know what I mean. We can work without needing that. AI needs it to work. That's the difference. We don't need to like you could literally go, oh, I don't want to say you could go a whole day without water, but like this is enough for us, right? But AI is going to be using a whole lot more than that. So that's what they're not thinking about, the extra resources that it takes, and then also the tokens and all of the money you have to spend just to get the same amount of work, but you're paying way more.
Maybe it's becoming too expensive to scale.
Using OpenClaw these days is like driving a Ferrari.
So much so that Microsoft itself banned its own employees from using Claude Code due to its high costs.
So Microsoft starts canceling Claude Code licenses.
But this is not only happening at Microsoft. Uber, Nvidia, Amazon, and hundreds of other companies have reported similar cost problems, making it almost impossible even for top executives to justify such a high expense.
Big tech is scrambling to slow down its use of AI. Major companies have already exhausted their annual budgets, and some say it's getting more difficult to justify the costs.
But if AI promised to be so cheap and efficient, how did it end up costing more than the workers it replaced? Although the birth of artificial intelligence dates back to the beginning of the 1950s, it was not until 2022 that this technology truly experienced a boom. It promised efficiency and solutions to complex problems with just one click. But most importantly, it promised to save companies a lot of money. From technology companies to fast food chains, every business began implementing it at an unprecedented speed. It was such a revolutionary technology.
Let me tell y'all what was happening. They were scamming. And I remember, I always say it, America is the land of the scam. I will say that and preach it to the mountaintops. America is the land of the scams. Because ain't no way you can sell this business. It's just like the AI robots. I done told you, I peeped that scam from a mile away. They get people hyped up. And then you start, oh, I'm going to believe in it. It's just like, I got to be honest, the YouTube coaches, the ones, or even on TikTok, I see them all the time. Hey, all you have to do is you got to get your digital product out and you're going to make money. You can change your legacy. And I'm not saying you can't do that, but not everybody's going to have the same outcome. So it's like they'll sell you a dream. Oh, yeah, you know, your company's going to run. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sign up. Yeah, rah. And then you sign up and it's not going to work because they're going to make all the money and they're going to be gone. That's what happens. So it's like these companies, these billionaires, they knew that, oh, you know, because of COVID and, you know, people lost money. They're probably thinking like, oh, like, you know, people want to work from home and we could just get rid of them. We're tired of having to cater to our employees. So let's deal with robots instead, because then they're not going to argue with us. And then we don't have to deal with pay raises and performance evaluations. We don't have to deal with actually communicating with our employees and giving them a better wage. We don't have to deal with none of that. Just get rid of their asses and then we'll replace them with computers. Problem solved. And we get to keep all the money. Greed will always get you in here. Listening to people like Elon Musk and his old dusty ass.
Technology that it could do the work of 10 people at 1/10 of the price. Or at least, that was what people were saying.
AI is a technology for taking away your job and maybe eventually displacing human sovereignty over our own future.
Starting in 2023, companies began not only encouraging, but also forcing their employees to use AI tools, causing demand for these models to grow uncontrollably. And the way companies measured their AI performance and usage was through tokens. Using a high number of tokens became somewhat of a status symbol among employees, proving that they were going above and beyond to meet key performance indicators. But there was a problem. After realizing this, employees began using these tokens excessively, simply to appear more efficient at the end of the month. This gave rise to what became known as token maxing.
Token max, like that's actually the coolest thing you can do now.
Token maxing and this new way of building.
But token maxing is expensive. For text-based inquiries, the math is simple, with 750 words costing 1,000 tokens, and generating videos, images, code, and more can cost much more. By the end of 2025, token maxing began becoming popular among tech companies, making it increasingly common for software engineers to use AI even for insignificant tasks. But much of this popularity was driven by statements like these.
That $500,000 engineer at the end of the year, I'm going to ask him how much did you spend in tokens? And that person said $5,000. I will go ape something else.
Yes.
Right. If that $500,000 engineer did not consume at least $250,000 worth of tokens, I am going to be deeply alarmed.
Interestingly, NVIDIA's CEO, one of the companies benefiting the most from AI adoption, strongly encouraged all developers to use these tokens. The problem is that all this demand did not correspond to real demand, but rather was artificially inflated.
Of course, because he gonna be making all the money. Come on, man. Like, red flag, are we that dumb? Have we regressed in our critical thinking skills? I would say that every day. Somebody is selling you something, and they're telling you to maximize it. What is the first question you're going to ask is what benefit does it, like, who's going to benefit the most? Because it ain't going to be you as the company. It's going to be whoever is selling the product. So, of course, they'll say, what did he say? Hold on, we got to run that back. Listen to his ass. Look at him.
Engineer at the end of the year, I'm going to ask him how much did you spend in tokens? And that person said $5,000. I will go ape something else.
Of course you will, because you're going to make all the, you need to spend more.
Yes. Right. If that $500,000 engineer did not consume at least $250,000 worth of tokens, I am going to be deeply alarmed.
NVIDIA, because he's selling the chips. Oh, it's NVIDIA, my bad. Let's look at here. Of course, that's why he's selling it to you. I'm gonna create a cleaning product because I know, Miri, you said you were cleaning today. Miri and whoever else is cleaning today. I know y'all like to keep the house tidy and all that. It's Sunday, everybody kind of tidying up. I'm gonna sell you a cleaning product. If you don't use the whole bottle, that means you're not cleaning right. You're not cleaning right. You need to buy more. You need to buy more to have your house smelling like pine saw. It need to smell like trees and pine. Get the grit and the grime, or else you're not really cleaning. If you're not using 20 million face products, you're not cleaning your face enough. How many, y'all, we fall for natural hair scams every damn day if you have natural hair. If you're not washing your hair, well, I mean, you should wash your hair, to be quite honest with you. But if you're not washing it with the 3-step product, you're not cleaning your hair right. You need to have the what was it? The shampoo, oh my God, why am I forgetting it? Clarifying. You need to have the clarifying shampoo. Then you got to use the moisturizing shampoo. Then you got to deep condition. But don't forget, you got to pre-poo before the shampoo. You got to use the pre-poo. Then you got to do clarifying. Then you got to do moisturizing, then deep conditioner, then your regular conditioner. And then you got to style with 50-11 products. So you need at least 10, 20 products. Go to the store and buy it. And then I'm going to make a commission off of it. There we go. That's why. Red flag, scamming people. I'm tired of them. Always scamming. Who owns the company again? That fella. What's his name again? Jensen Huang. When's your birthday? February 17th. Oh, he's an Aquarius. I know he's scamming. Oh, I know you scamming, sir. Hold up. Are you an Aquarius or a Pisces? I always forget. It's between the 17th. I think it's an Aquarius. I'm pretty sure. It's an Aquarius. Oh, you scamming. Oh, I know you scamming. You see, I know I'm an Aquarius too, but listen, I am evolved. I'm not gonna lie. If y'all have Romy of maybe 20, I started to shift 26. So Romy between 20 to 26. Oh, I'd probably be selling y'all a whole bunch of, I'd be selling y'all dreams. I would sell y'all hopes and dreams. And I'd be like, no, you guys have to do this. It's the only way. It's the only way. That'd be it. Because now that man's scamming. Look at him. He's definitely scamming. And he's worth, of course, he's 175 billion. There's no, in order to be a billionaire, you gotta scam. You gotta cheat, and you gotta make your way to the top. I'm just being honest.
Interestingly, NVIDIA's CEO, one of the companies benefiting the most from AI adoption, strongly encouraged all developers to use these tokens. The problem is that all this demand did not correspond to real demand, but rather was artificially inflated.
Believe it or not, Silicon Valley engineers are now being scored on how many AI tokens they use. The problem, that may end up inflating overall AI demand.
At the same time, Shortages of electronic components needed for building data centers are causing many of these projects to be delayed. According to Bloomberg, nearly 50% of all data center construction projects planned for 2026 in the US have been canceled.
All this tells me is there was no proper planning. There was no proper planning. I will always say this saying. This one guy told me when I used to work at the airport a long time ago, and I worked for immigration for a little bit. And I'll never forget my coworker. He told me, he said, proper planning prevents poor performance. And I would never forget it. And then there was another coworker, Pat. Shout out to Pat. When I was working at a logistics company, he said CYA. It was this white guy from Quebec. He always used to tell me CYA. And I was like, what does that mean? Because he would always say CYA roll me, CYA roll me. And I'm like, yo, what is he talking about? He's like, cover your ass. And I was like, oh, that's what that means. So ever since then, that's what I use. That's what proper planning prevents poor performance. There you go. And the first one was a brother. He was Haitian. He worked at the airport with me. He really looked out for me. He was like, look, proper planning prevents poor performance. Just make sure you got it together. There you go. And then the second one was the Quebecer. He's like, look, cover your ass. Those are the two things you gotta learn. That'll get you very far in life. That's it. Now, what I will say is that they didn't plan properly. This is a project management issue right here. You could tell they did not have any plans inside. They didn't do any risk mitigation because they were scamming. Whenever there's never any risk mitigation when there's a scam involved. Just saying.
Or delayed. But many of these constructions and plans were based on the enormous demand that AI companies were receiving. According to the Economic Times, demand for artificial intelligence infrastructure continues to greatly exceed supply. The thing is that experts are now beginning to question how much of this demand actually comes from real usage and how much comes from inflated figures.
So when a hyperscaler like Andy Jassy at Amazon in his annual letter this morning, or that deal this morning, tells Wall Street that demand is outstripping supply, you got to ask how much of that is real enterprise adoption and how much is engineers juicing a leaderboard.
The problem is that due to token maxing, the cancellation of data center construction projects, and the massive adoption of AI worldwide, the cost of those tokens has increased significantly.
On to concerns over the rising cost of artificial intelligence, it led to a major tech stock sell-off that dragged down the S&P and...
I love this song. Where's Michael Jackson meme? We got to add that here. Michael Jackson. I love this song. Where Michael at? I love this song. Where he at? Is it... Where's his meme? I love this song. I got to find it. Meme. Okay, I can't find it, but I need a happy meme. If I can't find it, then we gonna have some praise break music. We'll have some praise break music. Okay, no, it's not a meme. Okay, praise break. Here we go. It's Sunday. Here we go. Oh no, I need this one. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey. That's what we need right now. Yes, happy day.
NASDAQ, which fell more.
Yeah, lose money. The same way you have people losing their damn jobs. All these people you done laid off. You see, Mimi agrees. Keep barking, Mimi. Yes. All these people who got those workers laid off, people who are unemployed right now, people who are literally counting pennies because of AI. To hell with them. Red flag.
Then 500 points.
Wait, where Will Smith at? Hold on a second. Will Smith. Mimi, stop. No, she was doing too much. Here, Will Smith and Lou. Here, hold on. We're not going to play the whole part. Just when he said, to hell with him. Where he at?
The shave, I learned how to...
No. Where is it? To hell with him. Where he at?
Great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
Yeah, to hell with all of these damn AI companies. F them.
According to Bloomberg Finance, the average cost of tokens from large language models, or LLMs, has more than doubled since 2025. In December of that year, the average cost was $1.01 per million tokens, and by May 2026, that number had reached $2.12 per million tokens. While this increase in price may seem insignificant, When taking into account the massive amount of tokens these companies use every day, it translates into tens of millions of dollars per month.
Oh, how many month? What he said, run that back, sir.
That number had reached $2.12 per million tokens. While this increase in price may seem insignificant, when taking into account the massive amount of tokens these companies use every day, it translates into tens of millions of dollars per month.
Per month. Green flag. Yes.
Employees in
I'm
the company use about $200 worth of tokens every week. 50 weeks a year, that's $10,000 in tokens. You have 40,000 employees, that's $400 million. You have 90,000 employees, that's $900 million.
AT&T.
You heard that? Wow. Wait, go back. Run it back. Jetu Patel.
Tokens every week. 50 weeks a year, that's $10,000 in tokens. You have 40,000 employees, that's $400 million. You have 90,000 employees, that's $900 million.
AT&T.
They had enough money to waste instead of giving employees pay raises and increasing their working conditions. Just keep that in mind. That's why it's forever F those companies. And again, I'm not against AI. I think it can be used very ethically. I'm with ethical AI use, but when you're firing people in order to replace them with a bot and you don't even know how it works, you haven't even checked the system, you haven't even done your checks and balances because you're greedy, then I'm not going to have no damn empathy. I don't give a damn. Let them all burn.
AT&T, for example, reported that it was consuming nearly 8 billion tokens every single day. Without a doubt, this has been incredibly profitable for Anthropic and OpenAI, the leading AI companies in the world today. According to Reuters, thanks to the adoption of AI agents at the enterprise level, Anthropic aims to nearly triple its annualized revenue.
Yeah, scamming. Hold on. What's that man's name? Sam Altman. Yeah, you another demon. When's your birthday? April 22nd. We got a Taurus. Is he a Taurus or an Aries? A Taurus. Red flag. Yeah, I'm noticing Tauruses are being diabolical as hell too.
In 2026. To put that number into perspective, in 2025, Anthropic ended the year with revenue of around $3 billion.
Of course!
And in 2026, that figure is expected to reach nearly $9.6 billion. But as a result, employers are frequently blowing through their AI budgets, putting them in a situation where it's no longer clear that using AI is cheaper than hiring people. And AI companies are beginning to realize this.
The AI bill has come due. Annual budgets blown through in weeks. And now companies are facing a choice nobody has ever had to make before. Tokens or humans.
An internal memo from a Microsoft executive vice president instructed engineers to stop using Anthropic's AI coding tools. At first, executives said it was to encourage the use of AI tools within the same ecosystem, such as GitHub Copilot. But later it was discovered that the main reason was the enormous costs generated by the use of Claude Code. And Microsoft is not alone in this, as Fortune reports that other companies are also pulling back on AI usage. For example, Reuters reported that Meta consumed nearly 60 trillion tokens in a single month. That's roughly $900 million worth of Anthropic's tokens, based on the firm's blended prices.
If tech now costs what humans cost, every company in America is about to start asking which one to keep.
But these extra costs are becoming a real headache for corporate finance departments. In fact, a Gartner survey found that 3/4 of the executives it polled expect technology budgets to increase this year, and nearly half estimate double-digit percentage increases. A sizable chunk of that spending will go toward AI, which is expected to account for more than 1/5 of total enterprise technology spending by 2035. And the numbers prove it. Global spending on AI agents and models is rising at concerning rates. By 2027, spending on this technology is estimated to reach $680 billion, more than double what companies spent in 2025. But these estimates were made using the current average costs of these tools, and considering that both Anthropic and OpenAI are still not profitable, they are operating at a loss. But that is about to change because in the coming months, both companies are expected to go public.
Of course. So they because they're not making money, so now they're gonna have shareholders, which they're going to try to maximize more profit. This is craziness, yo. A scam is a scam is a scam. It's old. A tale as old as time, yo. I always talk about case studies, y'all. I got a lot of case studies on my mind. I told you I might do a separate channel for business and politics. I gotta keep that separated, and that's gonna be too messy. But yeah, if you look at the Great Depression, there's a book I got. I have it. You know what? I'm gonna read it. I read a little bit of it, but I need to read it. It's a really thick ass book. Ray Diallo. He's an economist. And he talks about hold on, let me see if I got the name of the book on my Kindle. I'm gonna look it up. But he talks about the different economic like patterns, right? So this is all patterns. This has been done since the dawn of man. If we could do a case study on the Great Depression, I'm positive you're gonna find companies just like this, maybe in a different way, right? Because that was during the Industrial Revolution. So all of that to say, the scamming has always been there. Of course he's gonna go public because he's losing money now, because these companies are pulling back like, hold up, we're losing money, so we can't use as many tokens. He's like, oh shoot, I need to make money, but I can't do crowdfunding, so I'm gonna make it public, so that way you can share in the stock. So you're gonna purchase a stock, and then we're gonna keep you happy. You share a portion of the company's revenues, and you buy a little, you share whatever. Y'all know how the stock market works. And then we're gonna maximize profits. That's practically what they're trying to do. That's it, that's all. So either way, point is that workers and employees are always going to be human labor. Computers cannot outpace human labor, especially not with the way things are. Maybe in a X amount of years, who knows? But even then, you still need a human to control it.
And will have to answer to shareholders. Therefore, they will inevitably increase the prices of using tokens from their AI tools and agents in order to
because they have to maximize profits.
generate profits. In other words, the amount of money companies are currently paying for tokens will multiply exponentially.
By the way, if you want to know how the stock market works and you want to get more insight as to how shareholders work, go watch a K-drama. K-dramas, I will say, that's what they're good at, showing you the shareholders and how much power they have over a company, and all the backstabbing, backbiting. I ain't gonna lie, them K-dramas be having that on lock. They got that on lock. And you can also watch shows on I think it's MSNBC and then the Economic Times. Then there's Bloomberg. I don't really like Bloomberg too much, to be quite honest with you. Sometimes they be in Forbes. I don't know. Economy Media is good. This one is good. I have checked their stuff out.
So, if the cost of using
And other
these tools
sources as well.
continues to rise, there will come a point where hiring people becomes cheaper than paying the price of tokens. The thing is, this is not a prediction. In fact, this is already happening.
Maybe human labor will be more cost efficient after all. Uber and Microsoft are starting to second guess aggressive AI adoption. That's partly because the cost of using AI can exceed the cost of human employees.
According to Reuters, the current cost of running AI agents is already comparable to the cost of human labor, and in some cases, it is already more expensive. While in coding tasks, the use of AI is undeniably cheaper. In data entry tasks, the difference is minimal. But in others, such as call centers, the cost of human labor is actually cheaper. Although AI companies have so far been able to subsidize the real cost of tokens due to generous and abundant funding, that appears to be coming to an end. According to the Wall Street Journal, enterprise customers are beginning to question the true return on these investments. And the reality is that with the public listings of Anthropic and OpenAI, combined with investor pressure to see returns and electronic component shortages, this creates the perfect formula for token costs to continue increasing. And if maintaining these models is already expensive today, there will come a point when companies start asking themselves whether it makes sense to pay more for a simple tool than what they used to pay many of the workers they laid off.
All right, that's the end of it, y'all. Let me read your comments. There we go. So basically the scamming went wrong. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Of course it did. We all knew that. Even the employees knew that. But somehow they just thought they were bigger than everybody always thinks they're bigger than the program until the program gets bigger. They always think they're bigger than the program. It's always going to be the same thing. The companies make the most money. That's it. That's all. All right, let me read your comments. Let's highlight it. And I'm talking about the AI companies, not the businesses that invested in them. They got scammed as hell. Sophie, how are you, sis? Mocha, how are you, sis? Nicole, how are you, sis? Mocha, you said I'm stuck at work. Create a product that can clone me. Well, they're going to be on that. Oh, wait. Why is it not showing up properly? Hold on a second. They're probably gonna do that. They cloned what? They gonna have a movie called They Clone Mocha. You ever saw the movie They Clone Tyrone? I need to watch it. That's probably what they're gonna try to do next. But I don't think they can clone you, sis. You gonna have to clock in for a bit. It's not gonna happen. Probably not in our lifetime, but maybe in the future. Miri, you said I have to go to the laundromat outside. I need a clean comforter. I'll wear a mask though. Yes, I know that sucks, doesn't it? We also do that too because our laundry machine is not big enough for the comforters. But yeah, wish you luck out there, y'all. Wear a mask, please. Wear a mask. You say you like to keep your house tidy? Oh, you sound just like Don. That sounds like Don. That's your daddy's birthday. Your daddy's an Aquarius. Your father's an Aquarius. Godspeed. That's all I'm going to say. I wish you luck and I wish you well. Valley how are you, sis? You said, okay, I finally caught one of your lives. Yay! ILY. Oh, I love you. I love you too, sis. And welcome. I think I mentioned Sundays I will go earlier. Come on earlier. It just works better for my timing and for everyone else's time that I see. Sophie, you said, hi, everyone. Hey, sis. PG, how are you, sis? I ain't seen you in a minute. Baking cookies, meal prepping, and listening to Romy. Perfect Sunday. Oh, thank you. I want to bake cookies too. Y'all, I got to bake cookies too. That sounds like it's delicious. What kind of cookies you making? Let us know. What kind of cookies you're making? Let us know, please. I might have to go and whip some cookies up. Now you're making me hungry. Some girl, you said an AI. Oh, almost. I almost forgot you, sis. Hey, sis. Some girl, you said, and the AI available for people isn't even that good. It really isn't. It's only good to work with humans, not without them. They could make work easier, but anything else is crazy. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. What I have noticed too is that, yeah, not only are they expensive, the ones that we have to use for the regular employees, they're not that good. They make a lot of mistakes. I recently, I use AI at work, right? But I only use it as like a tool, but I don't use it as like my end all be all because it's wrong. Sometimes it's wrong. And you have to know the information. So it will never exceed human knowledge because we learn faster at a faster pace. And there's also things that AI may not know, and they only go with what's online. So for example, when I did my case studies recently, I tried to get AI to search something for me, and it wasn't, like I said, it's not accurate. It's not going to give you like the exact thing that you're looking for, and it's using and pulling from sources that it feels are relevant, but most of the time those sources may not even be relevant. So when I do case studies, I have to go deep. And I got to look for myself and learn how to research. And you got to learn how to research. You need to know the fundamentals before you can use AI. So that's why it's scary when kids are using it and they don't even know how to, form sentences. They don't know how to critically think. They don't know any type of grammatical syntax. They don't know anything. They haven't been taught that. And then they're already using AI. And AI can be wrong. And also AI can be biased. Because remember, it will only go according to what it sees on the internet. And we already know that's going. Remember, digital blackface, that's number one. Number two, a lot of information is biased coming from certain sources that may be biased. And so you have to know how to really dig and see and, use your knowledge, and also how to how to properly vet the information that's being given to you. And I feel like another thing, we're going to talk about it another day, but AI is definitely going to be used in order to silence people who are really telling the truth. Because it's an easy way for fake news to be spread. And then people will just say, oh, that's AI, when the reality or the real news comes out. That's another thing too. So we're going to talk about that. Continuing, May. You said today I'm late. No, sis, you're not late. And welcome. You're not 6 at all. You're not late at all. Kyra, hey, sis. Oh, dang, the message went down. Okay, I'll try to see if I could scroll. Kyra, you said, Romy, may I have a shout out for my mommy? It's her birthday, and we love listening to you together. Happy birthday, Althea. Happy birthday, Althea. Happy birthday. I didn't know your mama was listening to me. Oh, Lord, I got to be careful. I be talking about the elders, not you though, Althea. Happy birthday to you. Hold up, we gonna give you a birthday shout out. Hold up. It's all love with the elders. Yo, sometimes I just be yapping. I forget I could have some elders watching me. It's all respect, all respect. Let's do the Stevie Wonder happy birthday. Happy birthday. I don't really like Kanye, but I love this version of his happy birthday. We're going to sing this to your mama because it's her big day. Here we go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm gonna start singing this song to everybody's birthday, y'all. I forgot. I need to save this song. This is gonna be for birthdays, y'all. So happy birthday, Althea, sister Elder Althea. Your mama's wait, hold on. Today's her birthday. Is she a Cancer? Hold up. What's today's date? We got a Cancer mama here. Yeah, Cancer. Okay. Love your mama. Let's just put it that. Yes, Cancer birthday. Love you, sis. We got the water signs. It's all water. And happy birthday to all my water signs. It's all water signs. I think until the 22nd. When is Cancer finished? July 20. Hold on. Leo starts. Hold on. It's about to be Leo season. I gotta get ready for this. About to be the fires. July 22nd. Oh Lord, the Leos are coming. Cancers, enjoy your day. Enjoy your month, y'all. Enjoy it. And I hope your mom has a really happy birthday. Happy birthday, mama. Mama Leo. Continuing. Hold on. Uh-oh. What did I do? 1 second, y'all. I did something bad. What did I? Okay, here we go. Oh Lord, I thought I lost my screen. Lord. Okay, continuing. You said the less melanated people are having a hard time catching the beat. Y'all ever seen the Jennifer Hudson show, The Spirit? Is it called The Spirit Tunnel? Yo, that every time I watch it, I laugh so hard. The beats just don't be catching. They just be. Nicole, you said happy birthday to Althea. Yes. You said my sister is a Cancer and I'm going to stay quiet. Happy birthday to your sister too. You know what? I love my Cancer. I think every sign, I just be joking. Every sign has its positives and negatives. One thing I will say, okay, ode to Cancers. I'll give you guys this, okay, because it's Cancer season. Cancers are very intuitive, very emotional, which can be hard for somebody who's not as emotional, but I think it's coming from a good place. Cancers are also really good at telling you what it is. They just too emotional about it. So then, the message gets lost because I'm looking at you crying and I'm like, girl, just spill it. And Cancers are too good for the world. I will say that. You guys are really good. Like, y'all are too every time I see, especially a Cancer, I always know right away it's a Cancer. Why? Because they carry themselves a little differently. And I noticed that they have this childlike, I don't want to say childlike, it's not a negative thing. It's like kind of like this whimsical view of the world. I'll just say that. You guys are too trusting and too loyal. I think Cancers are very extremely loyal. And I don't understand it for the life of me. I still don't get it. Every Cancer I know, they be loyal, y'all, holding people down. But they get scammed a lot, y'all. And one of my favorite aunties is a Cancer. Matter of fact, I gotta call her. I think her birthday is about to pass. Or did it pass? I don't know. But she's a Cancer. And y'all, she just gets taken advantage of all the time. And sometimes like, stand up! You need to stand up! You gotta be like your sister, the Libra. Because my mama's a Libra, right? It's my mama's sister. But she's just too soft. Like, I'm like, yo, you gotta be like my mama. You gotta have a little bit of Libra. You see, sometimes I feel like the air signs can learn something from the water signs, to be quite honest with you. I wish I could have that much emotional depth. I just don't. But that's something that I think Cancers have that I really admire. And yeah, y'all are really good. I think you guys are too pure for this world. The women, I don't know about the men's though. Oh Lord, the men, oh boy. Oh Lord, the men, oh Lord. Continuing, my brother is also a Cancer sign. Yeah, Nicole, you see, like I said, the men, the women, they just need a lot of inner work, and you have to get to that point. So I think like there's always hope with the Cancers. Now Scorpios, I don't know, yo. I don't know about the Scorpios. I'm so sorry. Of all the water signs, Scorpios, y'all gonna have to prove me wrong. I don't know. Please prove me wrong, Scorpios, because I don't know what else to say. But I'll find something nice to say when it's Scorpio season. Fire season's coming, so Leos are coming. And speaking of Leo, hey Elle, hey sis. You said I'm a Cancer Mars and learn how to harness my anger emotions for evil. Look at that. You see? Look at that. Look at that. I told y'all the emotions are there. You know what's so crazy is that there, and I'm gonna move on to the next story because I know because of time, but there was this man on TikTok. I'll see if I can find the video for another time, but he spoke about how there should be 13 months in the year, and then he started like he went down like the zodiacs, and then he kind of like, you know, he went down the months and all that stuff, and then he changed the zodiacs, and I was still gonna be an Aquarius no matter what. I think I was just destined to be an Aquarius. Like, no matter if they shift, I'm still gonna be an Aquarius. So there's that. So it's like, you know, when it comes to the emotions, I'm too Aquarius coded, y'all. When I tell y'all the emotions are lacking, they come out, but it's very sporadic and it be random as hell. Like sometimes it'll come out like just randomly, but in the moment, I seem like I seem like an ice princess, like, but I have emotions. They just come out at the weirdest time. Like I'll be mad, and then like let's say something happened, like let's say the argument, like let's say I got into a big argument with somebody, and then I promise you like 3 weeks later, and then all of a sudden I'm boohoo crying just randomly while I'm eating ice cream or some shit. Like it'd be so random, just random. Just randomness. Like I don't know, like I don't process things as they come along because my brain just doesn't compute it. So my emotions can seem very like flat, but in actuality I be feeling, it's just the emotions don't come out. It's like, am I supposed to cry now? Okay, wait, cue cry. Let's go. I can't. I just can't. But then a few weeks later it's all of a sudden like boo tears. PJ, you said me, Pisces in therapy for lack of emotion. What? I'm surprised. Pisces, all the Pisces I know, oh Lord, very emotional. So emotional. Most of the ones I know, maybe it's just the ones I know, including this one, right? They are definitely, they have a depth there. There's a depth. But then again, you know, zodiac signs are not foolproof, so there's always going to be outliers, right? Scorpio men are the worst. Child, you said it, not me. Them and Libras neck and neck. And now I'm adding Sagittarius is in the middle and in between that. And then all of them, to be honest with you, there's no best of the worst. I guess maybe best of the worst would be, I thought it was Aries, but oh Lord, after watching Love Island, oh no, Sincere. I used to think Aries were the best of the worst, but then yet again. Almost, you said I'm an Aquarius too, so is my mom. There we go, some Aquarius is here. I know y'all tough, and I like it. Mary said, nah, I would have been a Sagittarius with my new sign in place. My moon and Mars are in Sag. That's interesting. It's so interesting. And one thing I've noticed too is the Sagittarius women are very different from the men. I have noticed that. With all zodiac signs, when you see the women and you compare them with the men, it's like light years. But sometimes they do have similarities. Like Geminis, y'all are not far from the men. I hate to tell y'all. Y'all are not far. Not far at all. All right, let's continue, y'all. There's one more AI story. I gotta speed this up because of time. I gotta be out of here by 1:20. No, 1 o'clock. We'll do 1 o'clock. Okay. This one is really quick. It's a 4-minute video. Georgia families losing their homes to make way for data centers. It's theft. Okay, let's get into it.
Welcome back. Some homeowners in Georgia are being given an ultimatum to sell their homes, or the state will, get this, take it to make way for AI data centers. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has more.
I'm a single mom. I worked hard for everything.
How do you put a price on a home you never intended to sell? One filled with more than 2 decades of memories.
I think I was 5 or 6 when this was built.
The yard where you buried your pets. The greenhouse that fed your family.
When you talk about what being on this property means to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you see how she crying right here. And I'm not saying she's not supposed to be. She's about to lose her home, so I get it. I could never cry on cue like that. I'm gonna be like looking at them, they looking at me. I'm gonna be the type of person, like, right after the news segment airs, people are gonna be like, oh, something's suspicious about her. I don't like the way she looking. Why she smirking? They gonna say that about me. I swear on everything.
The greenhouse that fed your family.
When you talk about what being on this property means
It's very
to
sad.
you, right? It's y'all's.
It's ours. It's our family. We belong here.
But Ansley Brown's childhood home likely won't be here much longer. That's because the state's largest utility, Georgia Power, says it needs the area to make way for a 35-mile-long transmission line.
Georgia Power has been here for as long as Ansley's mother has owned this property. It's just beyond the tree line. Now, with the expansion of this latest project, they're looking to take the 2.5 acres the house sits on.
Georgia Power says increasing demand has outpaced the capacity of its existing grid, and building a new transmission line requires acquiring more than 300 parcels of land, including residential properties.
What did your mom tell you she wanted for this property to be?
Generational wealth, true generational wealth was the idea. And now it's being stripped from us.
Georgia Power estimates 70 to 80% of the power on this new line.
Hold up. What? Plant Wansley, Yates, Palmetto, Fayetteville. Sorry, y'all. I gotta check. My sympathy can only go so far. Now, baby girl, she look like she young, but your mama, who did your mama vote for? That's what I need to know. Who did your mama vote for, my girl? Georgia, where y'all at? Plus, are they red or blue? Because I heard some districts are blue, some are red. Okay, Georgia's blue. Okay, sympathy's there. All right. You got lucky. You got lucky, ma'am. You got mad lucky.
Line is expected to help serve data centers. It says the remaining 20 to 30% of power will serve the state's growing
They shouldn't be able to do that, by the way. That is so illegal. They need to lawyer up. Stop complaining. I mean, it's good to go to the news and to let them know and to make it public, but you need to get a lawyer.
Residential and commercial demand.
Georgia Power told us that they feel as if they've done this process responsibly. What would you say to that?
I disagree. You can't tear down 35 miles of rural Georgia and it not hurt something.
Oh, she's being radicalized, y'all. I could see it in her eyes. Yeah. Oh, she's mad. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's about to be an activist, y'all.
Or somebody.
I could see it in her eyes.
To say that you're doing it in the name of data centers is a slap in the face to us, our community, our animals.
Brown's mother recently came to an agreement with Georgia Power to sell. Brown says if she didn't, the utility could have sought to acquire her property through eminent domain, a legal process that allows private property to be taken with compensation for projects determined to serve a public purpose.
All power generation starts somewhere.
Holly Lovett is a Georgia Power spokesperson.
Eminent domain is always, a last resort for us, and it's something we never want to do.
To us, it's theft. It's literally $1 billion company stealing land from smaller people.
She's right. Red flag. Hold up. Eminent domain. What? That is so... What is going on here? Eminent domain. Oh, it starts with E. My bad. Also known as land acquisition, compulsory purchase, resumption, compulsory acquisition, or expropriation is the compulsory acquisition of private property for public use. Yeah, it's greed. Does Canada have eminent domain? Okay, let's check. Although eminent domain exploration has been practiced in Canada for many years, Canada has also been known to fully compensate those who have had their property seized. This is a red flag, you see? So, mind you, when they tell you, oh, home ownership, generational wealth, and it may very well be, but imagine they spent all this time paying. I'm pretty sure the house is paid off. By the looks of it and the sounds of it, it's paid off. So what gives them the right to go and take it if they don't want to? So this ain't right, y'all. I did not know this. There's articles on this. We might have to do a part 2. Only because of time today, I can't go over it in depth. Power companies are using eminent domain to seize land for data centers, as 70% of Americans say not in my backyard. This is wild, y'all. This doesn't make sense at all. Interesting. So they're gonna displace people for the computers, and they can't even afford the tokens. Red flag. This seems like another scam to me. This seems like a reason in order, because the project has probably already had funding. Hold on, Georgia. This is how you can tell. State of Georgia economic plan. Let's check. What's their plan? Here. Who's the governor? Reform. Okay, strengthen. Let's check. Oh, this is where it is. Okay, so anytime that you see, when governments, their fiscal, usually government fiscal, I know in Canada's in March, but in the US, I'm pretty sure, hold on, is it in March too? When is government fiscal in the USA? October. Oh, okay, so it's coming up soon and end September 30th. So they got to get all of this done before the end of the year so that they can get reelected. That's usually what happens. So towards the end of the year, people won't push to spend the money. Because remember, they're allocated a certain amount of budget, so they got to be able to use it all willy-nilly. So now, let's see what it talks about. Cut obsolete, unnecessarily burdensome and bureaucratic hurdles for small businesses. Okay. Maintain Georgia's competitive tax environment. Develop a skilled workforce. Okay. So they're trying to get more jobs here. Expand Georgia's role as a world-renowned hub for global commerce. Here we go. Ensure taxpayers can easily navigate and find necessary information through government interfaces. Okay, that's fine. Here, strengthen rural Georgia. That looks like it was pretty rural. Increase rural broadband. Right here. Access for economic growth, education opportunity, and healthcare access. What does broadband access mean? In my opinion, I think it's what's going on with sis over there. High-speed internet. Yep, electricity. Here we go. So it's going to require internet. It's going to require electricity. We already know that. You can't have the internet without electricity, right? I think, depending on the power lines and stuff. Deploy regional strike teams to areas with economic challenges or lessening populations to collaborate with local leaders and seek opportunities for growth. That's data centers right here. Address Georgia's teacher shortage by removing barriers for professional entry and increasing pays. Yeah, that means your school's going to be jacked up with people who don't know how to teach. Dismantle Common Core and reduce high-stakes testing for more student-centric approach to learning. Okay, that can only work if the teachers are qualified, but y'all about to... This doesn't make sense. This is so contradictory. Look at this. Remove barriers of professional entry, meaning anybody can qualify. They're going to make it bare bottom because people don't want to be teachers anymore. And then improve literacy. But how you going to do that when people are not qualified to be teachers? There we go. Continuing. All right, let's continue listening to the story. But this is very disturbing. I will follow up on this next week and see if there's more cases of imminent, what was it called? Imminent seizure or whatever the heck it was
People
called.
who can't fight back. We don't have the money to fight Georgia Power.
So that's why a few months ago, Ansley took her story to TikTok.
My childhood home is being taken by Georgia Power.
She began sharing stories of others in similar situations.
What is it taking from her? Look behind me. It's taking this entire backyard.
What do you say to someone who
will push back on any sort of offer that's out there and say, well, a price tag can't replace memories.
Oh gosh, it almost makes me emotional because I have those memories in like my house, and I get how deeply personal people's homes are. I would just say that we see you and we hear you, and we want this process to be respectful and transparent.
Then why don't we take your home? How about that? How about we take your home? And let's see how respectful you gonna be. Where you live at, sis? You see, it's always easier to say we're gonna do it respectfully and as proper as, and then let's take your home. How about that? How about we take yours? Then let us know how that works out for you. Red flag.
And that is going to ultimately benefit.
And of course, they had to have a woman doing this. It's always like that. Always sending the women to be the henchmen when it's a story like this because they don't want to see like, oh, it's not corporate greed.
Brown doesn't buy that. And while she knows it's too late to save her home, she says she doesn't want to see this happen to anyone else.
My mom wants an apology. She wants an apology from Georgia Power.
Mm.
That's it.
Why your mom not talking, though?
She feels as if she's been treated.
Yeah.
Why is your mom not speaking, though? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for an entire year, they have bullied her. And there is no sorry. So that's what we want. We want an apology from Georgia Power.
Is there a father in the home? Because they always say that about us. So we got to ask the question, do they have a father? And he needs to talk too. Where's the daddy? Where's your daddy? That's number one. And not saying that your mama can't talk, but she's obviously not talking. Y'all need to get a lawyer too. Lawyer up.
Such important reporting there from our Skylar Henry. Thank you.
All right. I wish you the best, sis. So we're gonna get into the imminent of it all. Let me read a few comments and then we gotta move on. We speeding through stories today. Oh wait, did I put? Hold on. Did I put the bar up? Okay, the bar's still up. All right, cool. Okay. Let me go up here. Somebody just joined. Blueberry, hey sis. Did I say hi to you? I don't remember, but hey, in case I didn't. Miri, you said she finna burn it all down. She has a complexion for protection, so rock on, girl. Is she? Yeah, she about to. She reminds me of, what's her name? Greta Greensberg. She reminds me Greta. Oh, I forgot her last name. She reminds me of Greta. Elle, you said that's YT people for you. They don't care until it inconveniences them, and then they be fighting. There you go. And you know what? It's a reality. Yep. I can't put it against the young girl though. She looks very quite young. But the mom and all of those people in the neighborhood, yeah. I'm very interested. I'm interested to know who they voted for, to be quite honest with you. I'm very, very keen to know that. Sweet Nova, you said the domain is being used by private companies through the government now. Claim that it is for government if it's going to our private company. Exactly. But guess what? The fish always rots at the head. Who's at the head? We already know who it is. And then who's he friends with? We already know who it is and who they are. And these people are pushing, they're lobbying. It's all a big scam. I know, maybe I should say another word, but yeah, it's a conspiracy, I should say that. But their land was stolen from indigenous people. Girl, that part. Is it on indigenous land? You brought up a good point. I didn't even think about that. In Canada, we have to do that because it's either owned, most of our land is owned by Crown Corporation, which is the government, or indigenous land. And you can't just be taking land without consulting with the indigenous people of the land, right? But I don't know how it works in the States. Earl Monroe, hey brother, you said, oh, you the one that made all these Jay-Z Beyonce videos. Yes, it's me. What you gotta say? Yeah, you bet. Yeah. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but yes, it's me. My face is here. I'm not scared. I'm not one of those folks who's gonna hide my face. I just don't post my face on the Beyonce and Jay-Z videos because of laziness and time. Time consuming. It's just easier for me to do voiceovers. But here I am. Here I go. Yeah. I don't know what the tone is, but I don't know. I'm just reading the text. Hopefully it's a good tone. If it's not, I'm ready to nuck and buck all times. I got this on. Scrap. I got my seance candles on too. Got all the equipment. Okay, but welcome. Some girl, wow, I didn't know this was possible for a company like that. They are proving conspiracy theorists right because data centers. Well, yeah, of course. That's what it is though, because when you have like government that is promoting this, I should say, and allowing this, because it shouldn't be like that, to be quite honest with you. Usually it's a legal process. They shouldn't be able to do it like that. I kind of feel like they should have a lawyer. But it looks like the mom, I don't know, because the daughter is speaking more, but the daughter doesn't have control over this. And it looks like the mom doesn't really know what's happening. And this is how they target people who don't have that education. She can definitely fight this, but like she said, they don't have money. So it's like, what do we do? Right? And we don't know the situation about the daddy. I need to know who the daddy is. That's what I need to find out. Who's the father? So once we get to that, like, it seems like the mom already sold out, so there's nothing left to say. So she's doing all this activism, and then the house is going to be sold anyways, but she's trying to help other families. I guess it's a good way to make money. So there's that, and advocate for people. Deja Ru, you said Georgia has really weird and complex property laws. Cheap to buy land, but the government makes it complex to build. Yeah, of course. Because then if you buy land and you start building on it, that's when you can create the wealth. That's it. And then they make it hard for you. So if you buy land, it has to be used for the purposes that you buy it for. So if it's to, like, let's say you cannot buy land that's meant for like farming and then create a house on it. Like, it doesn't work like that. And then they make it very difficult. A lot of places do, because they don't want you to own. They don't want you to own. Allie, you said, Romy, Georgia Power is owned by one family. They won't build on their land, and they have a lot of it. It is. Let me add this. Okay, let's talk about it next week, y'all. Georgia Power is owned by a family? Not even a corporation? It's not owned by the government? Or the province? Or the state? Ha. Let's put that on the list. Hold up. That doesn't make any type of sense. Let me check. How is it owned by a family? Red flag. It's not supposed to be like that. Usually, when you have power, it's supposed to be owned by the state, or at least a percentage. Hold up. Who owns Georgia Power? Let's get to it. Nah, y'all not gonna tell us nothing. Where's the history? Where's their time? You know, when they do all the little time, whatever. The timelines about our company. Okay. Oh, they got the brothers up here. All right. They want to be diverse as possible. Okay. Who owns it? Our leadership. Let's see. Kim is the chairman, but that's just a chairman. Who owns it though? Okay, all right. We up in here. Okay, Georgia Power. Too bad you guys are doing some nefarious, shiesty ass activities. But Latanza, shout out to you. Rick, shout out to you. Mark Berry, shout out to you. Oh, Audrey, shout out to you. Okay, we got the Melvin. Oh, wow. They got a lot of okay. It seems very diverse. All right. Let's check here, though. Who owns? Yeah, we're going to have to go down a rabbit hole. You already know that. Who's Southern Company? You got to go down the rabbit hole. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Okay, I'll have to check it next week. We got to go down the rabbit hole with these. How did he end up on my damn screen? All right, I'm going to read a few more comments and we got to continue. Let's continue. Oh. Wait, Earl wrote back. What he said? I couldn't see. Oh, okay. Y'all wrote. LOL at Romy about a father in the home. No, I have to. I'm gonna talk about them like they talk about us. I was curious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, where's the dad? And then I realized, oh no, they're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt. We gotta treat everybody the same. This is equal rights channel over here. Everybody gets dragged, including myself. Everybody could get dragged. Melanated Hey sis, you said a lot of black people have ran with the narrative that data centers are targeting black neighborhoods, but it's also greatly affecting white people, middle class whites. It's modern capitalism. Exactly. But when it was affecting black people, because remember, before the election, it was mainly in the black. They always test it out on black cities first, right? So it was Memphis. I think we did that a while ago. We covered the Memphis one. And then after a while, what ended up happening was that he won, and then it transferred over. It's never ever gonna be that. Whenever they start with black folks, just best believe it's gonna trickle down everywhere. But unfortunately, the people who voted for him were his racism will blind you, and racism is very expensive. We always gonna say that. It's very expensive to be a racist in 2026. You can't afford to be racist, but yet here we are, and he's wiping them out just like us. Everybody getting wiped out. Everybody's getting wiped out. Don't look at the color, look at the family and connection. Sometimes that matters more than the melanin. Are you talking about the Georgia Power? Okay, bet. Yep. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna check it out and see who they've been colluding with. Next week, I'll check and see if I could do a investigation on Georgia Power. All right, y'all, we gotta move on to the next story. Yeah, Earl didn't come back. I already knew what time it was. Hold on, he ain't come back. Yeah. So it's like, so you the one who did it. Yeah, it's me. It is I. Anybody else coming from the case studies, it's me. I'm not scared of nobody. Yes, it's me. What you gotta say? Exactly. Come forth. Come forth and talk. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna be hiding my face. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, let's segue to the Julie Anderson story because it's very sad. I want to talk about it for a little bit. We talked a bit about it yesterday and about family dynamics. Basically, if you didn't watch a live stream yesterday, this young, beautiful, very, very determined, just intelligent, hardworking sister was unalived by her deviant, demonic ass uncle. And the reason being that she inherited a home from her grandma, who is the mother of the uncle, and also her mom is his sister, if I'm not mistaken. And these folks, they are Caribbean. If I'm not mistaken, I believe she is of Jamaican origin. So it's a very sad story all around. It happened in Mount Vernon, New York, about a few days ago. And sis was literally in her car about to leave work, if I'm not mistaken, or she had gone home, was in her car, and she got unalived by her uncle. So let's watch more because there's more information that came out on TikTok, and we're gonna watch the original news article right here. It's a very sad story, but we're gonna talk about family dynamics. So I'm gonna mix this story up with Sunny Holston's story. I don't know if you guys know who she is. She is from The View, and she is very vocal about a lot of issues. And I think she's one of the ones who's been there for a while. I haven't watched The View in many years, so I have no idea. But I know that she's extremely vocal, and she's an advocate, if I'm not mistaken. She's a journalist as well. Her son recently got caught up in some situation. So we're going to talk about how sometimes you can be blinded by family ties and you can't really see what's really happening in front of your face. So let's get into this story a little bit more, dig in a little bit deeper and find out about her demonic ass uncle in the process, because he had an arrest record as well, a previous record. And he was, if I'm not mistaken, I think he served time for unaliving somebody in the 90s. So he's done it before. And somehow he found himself still in the house, still able to live there. And now sis is gone.
This is the sound of gunfire that woke residents on Murdoch Avenue. The focus of that investigation, a black Jeep someone opened fire on, killing Julia Anderson, who is sitting in the driver's seat. Her mother says the 39-year-old had just finished work and was headed home less than a mile away in Mount Vernon.
She usually comes home at 12 o'clock in the night, and usually when she comes, she always making some kind of little noise or something, so I know she's home. But then I was wondering what happened. I didn't think she was going to die.
Okay, so a lot of people were in the comments. That was her mama, y'all. Hold on, let's go back.
That woke residents on Murdoch Avenue. The focus of that investigation, a black Jeep someone opened fire on, killing Julia Anderson, who is sitting in the driver's seat. Her mother says the 39-year-old had just finished work and was headed home less than a mile away in Mount Vernon.
She usually comes home at 12 o'clock in the night, and usually when she comes, she always making some kind of little noise or something, so I know she's home. But then I was wondering what happened. I didn't think she was going to die.
The victim's sister, too distraught to speak on camera, but says Anderson had just wrapped up a night shift as a caregiver at a group home for developmentally disabled adults in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. George Enriquez is a neighbor and co-worker.
I felt it so much for that girl this morning when I heard the news that you don't know. I think I was going to have a heart attack, though. But all I can tell, she's a very, very nice person.
Police say the suspect opened fire on the passenger side of the vehicle, then fled the scene on a scooter. Anderson was rushed to Jacoby Hospital, where she was pronounced dead.
So he didn't even have a car. Red flag. Okay, let's go back. This is her mama. And some people are saying that her demeanor was very strange because she wasn't teary-eyed, she wasn't crying, she was speaking matter-of-factly. Now, I don't think that that necessarily means that she doesn't know, like she was aware of what happened. I think that we have to get into... I get it, and I can tell that, you know, sometimes some people, emotions, you know, run into them very quite easily, but especially with some folks, it takes a while to process, right? So just because you see somebody just speaking matter-of-factly doesn't mean that they have any less emotions than anybody else. While maybe she is guilty, that doesn't mean that she could be, is what I'm trying to say. We don't know, right? So I know a lot of people are saying, well, she I remember when this first came out, some folks were saying that, oh, her emotions, I knew it because, you know, she lacked emotions in the news segment, this one right here. But I will say that there's some people, it takes time for them to process. So I'll give her that. Now, what I find odd, though, is one thing I will say that she knew is that she knew her brother was an ain't shit man. She knew it. There's no way you can convince me that she didn't know that her brother wasn't shit. She grew up with him. Now, we're going to find out if she's an enabler or not. And I'm going to see if there's more like coverage about this. But I can already tell that the family knew he was a ticking time bomb. He had already unalived somebody. Let me see if I can find, what's his damn name? What's the name? Michael Foster. Okay, let's put his name up. Here. So let's see. Let's put previous record. Let's see, hold on. Here. So Yahoo might have it. Yeah, you see? Mount Vernon man accused of gunning down unalive ex-NFL player Ray Rice's dad. Ray Rice, wasn't he the one that tussled with his ex? With his girl. I think that name sounds very familiar. Ray Rice. Yup, that's him. I remember him. Y'all, let's watch the story of Ray Rice. So he unalived his daddy. Red flag. What is going on here?
It's the second shocking video to surface. TMZ releasing this.
Oh, trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning. Please exit out. We're not gonna watch. Actually, let's skip this. He literally tussled his girl in the elevator.
The Ravens say they only saw the disturbing video shot from inside.
Oh, I didn't know they was gonna play all that. So yeah, he has some issues with the NFL. And then he ended up marrying the girl that he assaulted. She ended up with it. There she goes, right here.
Was
Here
there
she goes.
ever any incident of violence in your relationship with Ray, or has there been any incident of violence since that elevator incident?
No, there's no way. He knows what he would have to deal with, you know, if this was something, you know, I'm not going to sit there in silence and let something happen to me and, you know, God forbid, in front of my child.
That was Janae Rice speaking to NBC this morning. The interview comes after a judge ruled that Ray Rice's indefinite suspension from the NFL was wrong and reinstated the embattled running back immediately, though Rice is no longer part of any team. ESPN's Jamel Hill also sat down with Janae Rice, getting the first interview after that ugly elevator incident. And Jamel Hill joins us this morning. Good to see you, Jamel.
Good to be here. Thank you, Allison.
I want to start with that soundbite, that clip that we just played from NBC, where Matt Lauer asked Janae if Ray
This is
Rice ever hit
2014.
her before, because so many people had wondered about that, or since that elevator incident. And frankly, I found her body language a little strange when she was answering that. She it seems clear that he hasn't hit her since, but she seemed to sort of to not answer directly about whether or not he'd ever hit her before. Did you
Of
ask
course he did. We all know he did. Come on now.
that in your sit-down interview with her?
Yes, I did. I asked her if, he'd ever hit her before. She said no. I asked her if he'd ever spit on her before. She said no. I also asked her if they'd ever had any disagreements in the history of their relationship where she felt in fear of something happening. Like if they'd ever had any kind of confrontation whatsoever, which she would consider dangerous or would lead her to believe that he was capable of something like this. And she said no.
Is another thing that so many people have speculated about, which is why, after she was knocked out cold in the elevator, Ray Rice didn't help her. He didn't seem compassionate. He sort of milled around the casino lobby. Watch this.
And I asked him after I saw it, why did you just leave me there like that?
Did you see that part?
That's the one part that
from the outside. Why didn't you?
Hold on, I need to see this interview, y'all. Because that lady Yapman, I want to hear. Yes, here we go. I want to hear her voice. And I'm wondering if she's with her mom. Who's sitting next to her?
An NFL
Mimi, stop. Hold on a second, y'all.
arbitrator has overturned the NFL's indefinite suspension of former Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice. Rice had originally been handed a 2-game suspension for assaulting his then fiancée, Janae Palmer, in an Atlantic City hotel elevator. But after TMZ released a tape from inside that elevator, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell decided to suspend Ray Rice indefinitely, saying Rice had misled the league about what had happened. On Friday, however, the arbitrator, former federal judge Barbara Jones, essentially decided Goodell had no grounds to penalize Rice a second time simply because a tape became available regarding an incident the NFL already knew had happened. Quote, after careful consideration of all the evidence, I am not persuaded that Rice lied to or misled the NFL at his June interview. I find that the indefinite suspension was an abuse of discretion and must be vacated.
Basically, what happened was either he lied and didn't and omitted something, or the NFL felt like it was too much. There was too much public pressure, so they decided to get rid of him. Either way, I don't think he plays for any league, regardless. And red flag, he's a demon.
Which means Ray
But
Rice.
what I will say though is that his father was unalived, y'all. It's so sad because most of the time when those kind of traumatic things happen to a child, or while a child is developing, these kind of situations happen. It's byproducts, right? But that's not excusing him of his behavior, because he could have gotten help a long time ago. So
Is now eligible to play football again immediately if he can find a team to sign him. His
How long
wife,
is this?
Janae Palmer Rice, and her mother, Candy Palmer.
So her mama was there. There we go. Enabling. Again. This is sad, y'all. She married him after this. After the whole elevator incident, she ended up marrying this man.
Sat down with Matt Lauer for a lengthy interview, parts of which aired on the Today Show. And in that exclusive interview, Janae Rice advocates on her husband's behalf, as well talking about what happened that night in Atlantic City.
Oh, Lord.
I guess it was about 4 days or so after the incident at the casino that the first tape came out, the one that was taken outside the elevator. Had you seen the tape?
I saw the first one.
So did you see it before it was released to the public?
No, we just knew about it.
You knew about it. Were you dreading the moment that tape came out?
Yes. We knew that it was going to happen. We didn't know exactly when it was going to happen, but there was no preparedness for that at all. When I saw that, it was horrible. You can't make excuses for anything, but we were highly intoxicated, and in the moment you're not thinking about, oh my God, I'm on camera in an elevator. So of course people are gonna read into everything. And
no, we gonna cut this, wrap this right up. Cognitive dissonance, that's all that is. And it's sad because yes, it does take an abuse victim a long time to leave. I think they said 7 or 8 times, I'm not sure. It is very sad, and the fact that her mom is sitting next to her and just co-signing is just crazy to me. There should be no reason, drunk, inhabilitated, whatever, that a man should put his hands on you regardless. Red flag, man or woman. But nobody should be putting hands on you. I've gotten drunk many a times, and the last thing I thought about was hitting somebody upside their heads. Like, you can still have self-control while you're drunk. Being drunk and being inebriated, all it does is it shows who you really are. It just portrays that. So I'm sorry, not buying it. But good luck to them. She married him. Are they still together? I hope not. I hope she ended up leaving his ass. But let's see. Yeah, that was it. That was all for them. So I wanted to just show you guys that this is tied. Ray Rice's father. Let's see what his name is. Okay, so NFL star Ray Rice's tragic, violent life back in spotlight after man who unalived father arrested for a second unaliving, which was his niece. So let's just read through this. Throughout his NFL career as a running back for the Baltimore Ravens and the controversy surrounding footage of him, tussling and beating, let's just call it what it is, beating his then fiance unconscious in a hotel elevator, Ray Rice has spoken about how the loss of his father to a drive-by pew-pewing when he was just over 1 year old played a part in shaping his life. I'm not surprised, of course. Like, it was trauma. Let's see what he has said before. Okay, no, they didn't put the interview. Rice's tragic upbringing, which he admitted has been plagued by intergenerational traumas, has gotten you attention now that Michael Foster, the man who unalived the NFL star father 38 years ago, has been arrested again, this time for unaliving his niece. Red flag, and his mama knew that. Had him living up in that house. I need to know what he did for a living. Foster, 58-year-old Dusty, was ordered held without bail on Thursday for slaying 39-year-old Julia Anderson during a property dispute. So she's a year younger than me, y'all. She's like she's either born 86 because her birthday could be at the end of the year, or 87. Either way is very tragic, y'all. Monday's unaliving was hauntingly similar to Rice's father. Of course it was. Of course, because patterns do not change. Both of Foster's victims were pew-pewed, and despite the nearly 4-decade gap, the two pew-pewings occurred within half a mile of each other, so it's within that neighborhood. I have found out that he was a great guy, well known in the community. I think I'm living his life for him through other people. So he's talking about his father. Rice told the Baltimore Sun about his father in a 2008 interview. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, pew-pewed in the back of the neck or back of the head. It was a tragedy, especially for my grandparents, because he was one of 2 children, the baby of the family. Foster unalived Reed down on South 14th Avenue near West 3rd Street in Mount Vernon as his victim walked home from work. Let that sink in. His victim walked home from work on February 9th of 1988. So both of these victims were working, actually contributing to society, raising their family, doing what they have to do, and hustling. And this degenerate-ass, monstrous demon of a parasite, of a subhuman, whatever he is, decided that it was best to let him go and go meet his maker. He decided to act like he was the jury and the executioner. He played God. In 1988. Mind you, Sis was born, remember, Sis was born either 86, late 86, or 87. So he did this when Sis was either a year old, around, like she was a baby when this happened. And her mama knew. Where the mama at? Hold up. We're going to get to the mom. It's one of these TikToks. She knew. This man did all this, and he was still able to live up in that house with 2 young women, because we saw her sister crying. Probably other young women in there. And this is the demon they had in the family. This is why you gotta, when people want to keep their ain't shit kids in the house, you gotta leave. You gotta go. There's no room for, like I said last night, I'll say it again. There's no room for compromising here. He's murdered before, he will do it again. If he's beaten before, he will do it again. If he's cheated before, he will do it again. It's a character flaw. There's some things in the world that you just cannot be around. And this is why I always advocate for people to leave the first time somebody shows you who they are. If they want to heal and get better and become better, go on and do it on your own, but not around me. Because how am I supposed to know you've really changed? At the end of the day, a pattern is a pattern is a pattern. Can patterns be broken? Absolutely. Can people redeem themselves? Absolutely. But I'm not going to be there in the process while you make your change. We can be at a distance and then we'll be able to see whether the change happened or not. And we can obviously see 40 years later, he was a dormant demon. He was hidden in the house. They hid the demon in the house. But then as soon as something happened and somebody slighted him again, here he goes on the same bullshit. Patterns, especially when they're not healing. Read 19. 19? His dad was 19. Red flag. Read 19. Hold on. This man was born in 1958. We're going to do the math here. So he is 2 years younger than my parents, by the way, y'all. He is a boomer. Just let that sink in. So he was 30 years old. He was a 30-year-old. I could have just calculated that. He was 30 years old, grown-ass man, unaliving a 19-year-old. For what? Same pattern. Always against somebody who is younger than him and who's doing better than him. He decided to unalive a 19-year-old at his grown-ass age. Red flag. Now he's 58, unaliving a 39-year-old at his grown-ass age. This is craziness. Reed 19 was a supermarket stock clerk and bodybuilder, according to Rockland Westchester Journal News. So we're going to click on that. It's probably the old article. Foster was arrested about 3 years. So he got away with it, probably thinking he could get away with it because he did the same thing years ago. He probably thought he had time. And charged with, the murder and weapon possession. He was just about to go to trial in 1991 when he pleaded guilty to manslaughter and criminal use of a firearm. They should have not let him. They should have thrown a book at him. He served 7 years and 3 months in prison before being paroled in 1999. State Department of Corrections records show his parole ended in 2003. And this is why I was talking about the Carmelo Anthony case. And I said, yes, he did the crime, but it's egregious because I know it's different states. But look, he served 7 years and 3 months. He had a whole record. A whole record. Whereas Carmelo Anthony, what they got him on? I forgot how many years. This doesn't make any sense. This is craziness right here. This man hunted the other young man for no reason. Didn't even know each other. Let's see the old article here. Hold on. Fight over Mount Vernon home deed ended with a fatal shooting. Okay, his name is Reed. Let's see if we could find something out about Reed. What's his name? Reed. Did they put his name here? Ray Rice, loss of the father. Foster Gunn Reed. What's his name though? Oh, let's find his name. What's his dad's name? Hold on. Maybe I can find it on Wikipedia. Calvin Reed. So he was born, you know what's so crazy? Ray Rice. So this is sad, y'all. His parents, or his mom, gave birth on January 22nd in 1987. Which means Sis's, Julia's mother gave birth around the same. She was also pregnant around the same time. That's crazy. 2 lives affected by the same demon years later. Ain't that crazy? Calvin Reed. Mount Vernon. No, what was it? New Rochelle, New York. Maybe we could find old articles. This is a long time ago. It probably won't be online. I don't know if somebody probably has. You could probably find it at the library or something. You'd have to look up old records. But let's check the New York Post. Maniac charged with gunning down niece on NYC street did prison time for unaliving NFL star's dad. I need to see the court records from that case, y'all. This is going to be a part 3 because I need to see the court records. I want to see what was the excuse of this. Like, literally, what was the excuse? Like, what did Ray Rice's father do as a 19-year-old? And first, and second of all, why was he around a 30-year-old like that? And did they even know each other? Like, this is craziness. Here, maybe we have information here. State correction records show that he was one of four. Okay, so they decided to rob this man. Charged in the 1988 drive-by pew-pewing unaliving of Calvin Reed, the father of the former Baltimore Ravens running back. Rice, 39, a native of New Rochelle, played for the 2013 Super Bowl champions Ravens, but is best remembered for the caught-on video slugging his then, we already know that, his then girlfriend in the casino elevator. The following year, derailing his football career. He later married the woman Janae Palmer, but the shocking footage never faded. Of course it didn't. So this is his father. This is his dad, y'all. So Rice was still in diapers when Reed was unalived, with Foster later hit with a sentence of 4 to 20 years in state prison on first degree manslaughter, but he only served 7. Foster was denied parole 3 times before he was released in 1999, and he should have never been released. Red flag. They should have kept that monster in there. He and his niece were embroiled into a legal dispute over a home at 18 Bell Avenue in Mount Vernon. Okay, we're going to look it up, y'all. Let's look up the records here. Look at that, y'all. I didn't even know this. He allegedly pew-pewed her several times in the stomach as she was about to step into her Jeep in Wakefield. Why the stomach? Records show that Foster and Anderson shared ownership of the home, but in recent years got into a bitter fight over who was the rightful owner. So, okay, they made it seem as if she was the sole owner. So now we have more developments. So grandma made her share with this demon. At this point, you could keep the house. Let it burn down. I don't need it. But unfortunately, sis kept it for legacy purposes. Keep it. I don't want it. Because you're not going to be able to maintain it anyways. Sometimes it's good to just leave. And I'm not victim blaming because I know she didn't have that option. Like, she sadly didn't know. And sadly, you can already tell that somebody was enabling this dusty ass monster. So I didn't know they were co-owners. I thought she owned it. Well, this makes it even worse. So they used her for the money. There's no other way. Because why would he need to own a house? What does he do for a living? Nobody's able to tell us this. Who is this? She's an upset family member. And also the house needed renovation. That house is, look at this. First of all, look at the walls. Look at all this. This needs to be renovated. The windows need to be repainted. Nobody was keeping. This is why those generational houses, we have to be careful with that in our community. Because people are giving people houses, and I'm not saying anything wrong with it. Amazing, amazing. It's amazing that you are able to give that to your granddaughter and whoever else in the family. But unfortunately, they're not thinking about long term. They're just thinking, oh, I'm going to just give it to them. And then look at the condition of the house. Nobody's upkeeping it. Sis is the only one working. I can almost guarantee you this Dusty did not have a job. I can almost guarantee that. In October, Anderson even filed a $27 million lawsuit against Westchester County prosecutors over her April 2025 arrest on accusations of theft involving family property documents. So who arrested her? The court documents suggest she blamed her uncle for the arrest. What began as a civil family dispute, and they were all living in the same house, y'all. This is craziness. Was transformed without investigation or legal bias into months-long criminal ordeal that left deep and lasting scars. So you know what? The entire process was initiated through not only evidence or probable cause, but through the unvetted statements of a known felon with a violent criminal history and a personal vendetta. It said in an apparent reference to Foster. So she's basically, I need to see that lawsuit, y'all. This is going to be an ongoing story. I don't even think that today's enough to cover this. He was ordered held without bail on murder, manslaughter, and weapons charges for his niece's fatal shooting. So she already knew. Look at this one right here. This was in this case right here, the $27 million federal lawsuit. We could probably find records, y'all. I'm gonna have to dig a little bit. Outside the home, a relative told the Post on Thursday that she was heartbroken by the senseless slaying. Listen, I'm not saying you're not heartbroken, but you already knew he was a demon, so I can't. Whatever. I'm falling apart, said the 74-year-old woman who declined to give her name. I came home from work. Y'all already knew he was a demon. You already knew he was a demon, so I can't. Whatever. I'm not gonna say nothing. You already knew it. I'm sorry. Look at this house. And this is the house they're fighting over, y'all. And I get it. It's in a nice neighborhood. But maybe not. Well, I mean, it's an older home. Probably in... I mean, it looks regular neighborhood. But what it is that it's been there for a long time. So they probably own it. But this all needs to be renovated. I can already tell y'all. Even the... Look at this. I don't know what this is called. But that needs to be renovated. This house, it was not properly kept. At all. Look at this. Look at the black walls here, the mold, there's a TV out in the front. He wouldn't have been able to maintain all that. So basically she was there as the mule to pay the mortgage. Y'all, I already know. I know a setup when I see one. Who did she have it with? Westchester. Hold on, I gotta copy paste that. I want to see that lawsuit, y'all. Hold on. Do they have the property dispute here? No, it's just the same article. Okay, just really quickly, and we're gonna continue this next week because we have other stories to cover. But let's see here. Do we have court records? I might have to do some digging, y'all. Oh, here it is. Damn, that was fast. All right, I found it. I thought I was going to have to do more digging. So, Anderson versus County of Westchester et al. So, there's more people. Plaintiff, Julia Anderson. That's her right here. Filed October 13th of 2025. It hasn't even been a year yet. Red flag. It's been a few months. So, October, November, December, January. It's like 9 months because Mimi's born October 10th. So, yeah, it's almost 9 months. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, 9 months. 9 months later, she gone. Presiding judge, Laura Taylor Swain. Civil rights. All right. So cause of action 42C, USC, 1983, prisoner civil rights. Let's check. Under this act or section, you may sue state or local officials for the deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunity secured by the Constitution and federal laws. Okay. Violation of civil rights. All right. Let's get back to it. We got all the filings here, y'all. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're going to have to go through this, y'all. Oh, boy. April 2nd. Wait, when did it start? No, okay, it started here. We go to the bottom to the top. Case designated ECF. October 13th. Filing 1. Complaint against Dave Israel, Channing, County of Westchester, John Doe's 1 to 12. James Menton. Okay, it's a whole bunch of damn people. Next, she was filed. So that's the date she filed. Filing 2, civil cover sheet. I can't see that. I'm gonna have to. Do I have to pay for records? Damn, I might have to pay for some records. Okay. Next, October 16 case management note. For each electronic filing made in case involving a self-represented party who has not consented to electronic service. Okay, they're just giving you what happened here. Okay, just the administrative stuff. All right. Administrative stuff too. Yeah, they're just giving the motions and stuff. Okay. Mailing receipt. So it was mailed to her October 17th. So she filed October 13th. Already had the mailing motion or mailing receipt. Then October 18th, application to proceed without prepaying fees or costs. Okay, so they're going to put this in the file or whatever for court. Filing 5, motion for leave to proceed in forma pauperis. Okay, document filed by Julia Anderson. October 24th. Okay, these are all motions and administrative stuff. This case is not even finished. It's still ongoing. Can I get the records? Damn it! They got me logging in. Yeah. I need an account. Can I get one? I'm not putting my personal information in here, though. Let me see if I can do it. All right, I'm gonna have to check this out, y'all. Is there anything else I can get? Oh, here's the case. Yes, thank you. No 14-day trial. Y'all not gonna give it to me. Oh, this is the case for sure. Yep, October 13th. Okay, I need to see the recent developments. June 22nd. And she's gone a month later. Waiver of services executed. Okay, I need to see the premise. Can I? Plaintiff. Okay. Oh, damn. $49. Y'all funny. I'm not paying that. But this is it, y'all. Let me see if I could. Okay, that was it. There's nothing really here. But yeah. The case is still ongoing. It hasn't been resolved, y'all. They were still going over the procedures and stuff. Very sad, y'all. Very sad. Let's watch a few more videos and then we're gonna have to wrap it up because I have to leave at 1, so I have to keep going through the story. So we saw this one. Let me see if I have another video. I think I did about Julia. Just give me a second, y'all. Yeah, right here. Okay, let me see if there's any more updates here. Let's check TikTok news. Sometimes TikTok be having some updates. Okay, let's see if I can find anything. Maybe this one. Does she talk? I saw hers and she just gave the news. Okay, let's watch this one.
39-year-old Julia Anderson had her life taken as she was sitting in her vehicle on Tuesday morning, a little bit after midnight, after she finished her shift. Now, this happened in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. She was on Murdoch Avenue sitting in her Jeep Grand Cherokee, and somebody actually came up and shot through the passenger windows. She was shot in the chest twice, and they go ahead and get her to the hospital, but unfortunately...
They said stomach, sis, so I don't know.
She succumbed to her injuries. She worked with adults that had disabilities, and she had just gotten done with her shift. She was almost pretty much at her home, actually, when this incident took place. But the person who did shoot her did get on the moped and take off.
Oh, this was old, so this was when it just happened. Okay, let's watch this one.
That Julia Anderson case is a prime example as to why blood is not any more thicker than water. Because you see, that lady was sitting in her car after work, minding her own business, whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden somebody comes and shoots her. 2 times, I think. She did not survive. Later, it comes to find out it was her uncle that did the shooting. Her own uncle, her own blood, did that to her. Why did he do that to her? Because apparently they were like arguing over some land in another country. I think it was Jamaica. They were arguing over it.
No, it was land in... Okay, people have misinformation. You see, this is why I don't like short form videos. Oh my God. Okay, all misinformation.
New details this morning in the deadly shooting of a woman who was sitting in her car in the Bronx. Police have arrested the victim's uncle and charged him with murder. Investigators believe 58-year-old Michael Foster killed his niece, 39-year-old Julia Anderson, as part of an ongoing family dispute over inheritance of a home. Anderson was gunned down on Murdoch Avenue in Wakefield on Monday night. The shooting happened just steps from the group home where Anderson worked with people who had disabilities. She had just gotten off of work.
Family members say she worked as an aide to people with disabilities.
Okay, I saw that news article. Okay, no updates, y'all. Yeah, it's very sad. And let me try to find something else. What the hell was that demon's name? Michael. What the hell was his name? I forgot his damn name already. Michael Foster. Oh, the Jamaican Gleaner. Maybe they might have some news. Damn, it already made it to Jamaica. All right. Does Jamaica have more? Because sometimes people know stuff. Okay, no, they just have regular updates. Yeah. So, yeah, this man was a demon, been a demon, was always a demon. I don't even think he had a job. I don't think he worked. Nobody is saying what he did for a living. Nobody is saying anything. They talk about her and a positive light. Nothing about him. So he was a Dusty. And he was an ex-con. And on top of that, he was, look at that. He couldn't even keep his hair. This is how you know. Look at that. His mama was probably brushing and combing his hair. Because he can't even do, he's not kept, y'all. He looks very unkempt. So he was probably in the basement. That's what I'm assuming. He was probably always in the house. And this is what happens. And again, I'm not trying to shame anybody. Like, yeah, I know sometimes you may not be able to do your hair, all that stuff, but he looks like he's unwell. He looks very unwell and looks like he doesn't maintain himself. I'm gonna see if there's more information here. But it just goes to show you that, like, at the end of the day, oh, they started a GoFundMe. Let me see what they said about it. Help us honor the life of Julie Anderson. Okay, he's a cousin. My name is Clifford Walters. I'm Julie Anderson's first cousin. Okay. Basically, our entire family is heartbroken. Okay, I can't fault the cousin because I don't know what he knew, but like, we gotta be honest. Everybody knew he was a demented Dusty. He already unalived somebody. He should not. I feel, personally speaking, and I know I may be extreme, but I don't give a damn. People should be excommunicated from family. Like I said, if you can kill a 19-year-old, you're part of a crime. You got denied parole 3 times. You were in jail. Felons are they are dangerous people, especially when it's a dangerous crime. I'm not talking about felons who committed like money laundering and stuff like that. You still gotta watch your pockets though with them. But the ones who unalive people, they're dangerous. These are not people you should be. You should have your children around. I don't care, family or not. So it just is very sad. This man only served 7 years. Julia was, so by the way they said it, they said 1988. He got arrested 3 years later, which was 88, 89, 90, 91. Then 91 to 91, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 91 to 98. He got out in 1998. Sis was a child. I told y'all, she's either my age or younger than me. Which means that if she's my age or a year younger than me, in 1998, I was 13 years old. Let that sink in. I'm pretty sure. Hold up. 12. My bad. I was 12 years old. So she was 12 when he got out of prison. And then you let him live in that damn house with her red flag. This is craziness. Oh, because he's my brother. Oh, I gotta take care of my brother. It's the grandmama. I'm telling y'all, it all leads back to the matriarch. Always somebody coddling the ain't shit man. The breadcrumbs always leads to the matriarch. Coddling these grown-ass demons. This man has probably never had to find a job. He's probably working in between jobs, jealous of everybody. 19-year-old was working, he unalived him. Then this one was working, he unalived her. Because he can't get nothing. He's jealous. He's a demon. And unfortunately, he's still roaming amongst us. Because he should have left the earth. I gotta be honest. I'd rather him leave than her. Then you can't tell nobody. I don't give a damn. Hell, in my world, if I was God, he'd be gone. Already. This is sad, y'all. Anyways, let me read some comments. We gotta move on because I only got an hour left. I'm sitting here. I'm incensed. We're gonna continue on with this story tomorrow. I know I was supposed to show some clips from movies, but I don't even think we have time for that today. So we'll do that next week. I'll reserve that for next week because I'm gonna go and look up the court case and see if I can find more information. I have a feeling it's deeper than what we think it is. And I have a feeling that sis was probably in fear for her life. And there's probably more information that's going to come out that we don't even, like, because it's still fresh. So we probably don't even know. Let me read y'all comments. CFT, hey sis. You said, for the sake of the family, this ding-dong for a mama is allowing her kids to be around an ex-convict and now new convict of a brother. What is wrong with families? Exactly. And unfortunately, this happens. This is not just her. This happens many times. Many a times. How many times you guys know family? I mean, there might be family members who have touched upon people, who've done a whole bunch of nonsense. They're still around. And people act like it's normal. And this is why we got to start breaking those curses. And unfortunately, I feel bad for her because, again, she didn't know any better, and I'm pretty sure that people around her were trying to, like, you know, tell her, oh, it's okay, it's all right. Or maybe when she did the lawsuit, maybe her mama had a problem with that. And maybe her mama said, maybe you shouldn't do it because your uncle's crazy. But instead of her kicking the uncle out, well, she couldn't kick him out. Now it makes sense because I was like, if you're the owner, kick his ass out. But I get it because he owned it as well. In that situation, I gotta be honest. You gotta think about the smartest choice. Smart choice. I know that it seems like it's a lot of money. How much is that house worth? Hold up. You know what? We're gonna do that real quick before we wrap this up, and then we'll move on. How much is that house worth? It was 18. Do I still have it up? It was 18 something Vernon. I remember. Hold on. How much is that house worth? Do I have it up here? Just give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna find it. Okay, no. Get it out of here. No. Okay. I think the address was here. 18 Bell Avenue. Here we go. How much is the house worth? Let's find out. Okay, so estimated. Let's check. 18 Bell Avenue, Mount Vernon is currently not for sale. So it's $692,000. Estimated range is $609 to $776. So it's worth pretty much a lot of money, and they've been sitting on it since I'm assuming they got the house in the 80s or the 90s. So it's worth a pretty penny, but it's not worth your life, in my opinion. Let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it. Let them fight over it. But unfortunately, when money's involved, I know she wanted to keep it, and I know that she probably wanted to do the best thing that she could, but it's not worth it to me. Money's not worth it in this situation. Cut your losses because you can make it. I promise y'all, it's not worth that much. Look at that. It needs to be renovated. And also, I don't even think that, personally speaking, they would have been able to afford that house without sis. So she should have just left. Let it implode. And then eventually they're going to call you, oh, it's going to go under foreclosure. We need help. And deal with it. It's not worth it. That house, not worth all the stress and not worth your life. Personally speaking. Let him keep the money. He thinks he owed it. He wanted to keep the money and then do what? He's 58 years old. What you going to do with it? You can't even afford. Let's say that the house is paid off. You can't even afford the property taxes. What's the property taxes on this one? Let's check the property taxes. Maintenance, property taxes. He was going to have it look like this and probably even worse by the time he passed. He just needed a home to stay and to do his degenerate activities. But can you pay the utilities? Can you pay the mortgage? Can you pay anything? And then let's say that, okay, he finds renters or people in the family are going to be able to help him support it. That house, I'm telling you, is not worth it. It's not worth all this stress and headache. But unfortunately, she was trying to do the right thing. And it cost her life. It's not worth your life. That $692,000 is not worth your life, sis. I promise you. It really isn't. It really isn't. Continuing. Mary, you said 2 times when other people are saying it about 7 times, just hungry for views. In their defense, I think that they publicized it before all the information came out. But yeah, some people, they just be loud and wrong on TikTok. That's why you got to take it with a grain of salt. Anyone Jamaican will end up in the Gleaner, right? That's what I'm thinking too. I think it's like one of those news sources or something for the Jamaican community. Oh yeah, you are Jamaican, so yeah, you'll end up in the Gleaner. Elle, you said yuck, what a waste of space in society, girl. And he's still wasting space and about to get paid by tax dollars to keep him alive. This. Listen, I'm not going to even say what I want to say. He should not be here. That's all I'm going to say. First cousin, where were you the entire time? Exactly. But I'll be honest, if it's a family that's not that, like, I don't know how the ins and outs are. So I can't actually say that sometimes you might be far removed. But yeah, where were you? Sister, where were you? Mama, the mama too. Because sister might not be able to do much, but the mama definitely has power to do something. And where was she? That's the problem. CFT said, why did the prison system let this nut out? Had the young women not been the victim of her uncle someone? Yep, that's why somebody else, he would have done it. Honestly, at this point, like I said, just leave. Because he's going to do it to somebody. It wouldn't have been her, though. It would have been somebody else. He was going to find a way. They find a new victim. They will always find a new victim. Nicole, you said, I understand family disputes over property. It's just not worth all the drama. It really isn't. The money's not worth it. I mean, I know it's $692, so yes, it's a lot of money. I can't deny that. And I'm pretty sure she probably felt like, oh man, it's a lot of money. There's a lot on the line here, but it's not worth your, like, he wouldn't have been able to afford it. So just let it go into foreclosure. That's what I would do. Personally speaking, I'm gonna play the long, smart game. Not saying that she wasn't smart. I'm just saying she wasn't thinking about that. But personally speaking, if you find yourself in that dispute, my personal opinion is my opinion. What I would do in that situation is I'm gonna let them have it. Sign everything over, and I'm gonna go get my own place and start over, live my own life, buy a brand new property, buy something better, because she was working for a long time, so she could have saved up the money, and she probably had really good credit, so she could have definitely gotten some shaken. And then I personally would let it implode, let it go into foreclosure, and then buy it back. Boom, there you go. Let it go into foreclosure and then buy it back. That's how you gotta do it, because I knew he wasn't gonna be able to afford that. The reason they put her name on the house was for that, to afford the payments and stuff, and she was gonna keep it up. Let the person who's paying the most leave the situation. Watch how quickly things crumble. They were using her, unfortunately. My opinion. There are not enough words for the prison system everywhere, girl. Not at all. Mocha, you said example of being raised by pygmies. Exactly. Mama, grandmama, it all starts. That's how it all starts. And then dad's the enabler. Because I don't know where he's at, but either he's absent or he's an enabler. It's always like that. And they coddle them and let them be monsters to, oh, he's nice, you can pet him, and then he's snarling at you. Ain't that crazy? Yep. May her soul rest in peace. I agree, sis. All right, let's move on. Y'all only got 1 hour left. We speeding through very quickly. I'm gonna give my minor opinions on certain stories. Okay, we're gonna address you next week, sis. Oh, auntie or mama, we gonna address you. Wait for it next week. I will go in depth next week. Let's go over. We already did this one. This is a saxophone one. Oh, I forgot to show the Rogue Robot. That might be our palette cleanser. Okay, this is palette cleanser. We'll do this one. If we have time, we'll touch upon this one. This one right here, Lord. Quickly. I asked my wife's grandmother what she really thought of me. This was all over TikTok, y'all. I only watched like 1 second. I said, oh no, I gotta show this on the stream. We're gonna watch this very quickly, and this is part of the Black identity conversation. And you know, this is because we're gonna talk about interracial relationships on Love Island and all that jazz. But this leads to me saying that we gotta be careful. Well, not we, because I know y'all smart. But this is the reason why some people from other communities think that they can act amok and think that every black person is going to accept it is because of this kind of behavior. Let's watch this, y'all.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I wasn't happy. I really wasn't happy. But you want the truth?
I
you want the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Give me the truth.
I really wasn't happy that she was dating a man of another color. I want her to stay. And I'm being honest with you now, so you want to get mad at me, you'll just have to get mad at me. But before I finish, and then you can chew me out if you want to. But I really wasn't happy with her dating a man of another color. You weren't the first guy that she dated of another color. There was another guy.
Red flag. You can't say black. Can you not say black, Mima? Whatever your damn name is. You can't say black, a man of another color. What that mean? She can't even address your blackness, sir. And then notice how he's sitting up here with his hands. Hold up. No. I gotta do it. They always have the same smile. That little pudding smile. Why are you smiling like this? Sir, have you know... She can't even say black. Black. He's a black man, not a man of another color. Black. The first time she said, I was like, okay, maybe she's just trying to express herself. Black. Say it. Damn it.
I wasn't happy with him at all. I mean, I just detested him. He treated her terribly. Mm-hmm. And then when y'all got married, I still wasn't happy that she married into the black family.
Oh, finally she said black. The black family. Listen to this. Hold up.
I mean, I just detested him. He treated her terrible.
He treated her terribly. Okay, well, it looks like she was a chaser. She was a chaser. Listen, your granddaughter, she liked black men. That's it, that's all. But of course, you know, you judge one, you judge all. But then if it's an ain't shit white man, you never hear them say don't date any more white men. You never hear them say that, do you? You never hear them say that, do you? When they date all the men we see on TikTok treating their girls badly and being dumbasses. And then you'll never hear them say, well, you know what? You shouldn't date another white man again. Let's give another race of men a try. Nope. They're going to keep on keeping on. But when it's a black man, oh, he treated her so poorly, as if it's not an individual behavior. But then again, I can't take up for them because, hell, y'all should have known. Continuing.
And then when y'all got married, I still wasn't happy that she married into the black family.
His black family into your black family. And I still wasn't happy she married into the black family. So she's disassociating him. This is craziness. You talking about him. And then look at how she's looking. She's not even looking him in the eye. She's looking like she's talking about a story about somebody else. This is the problem when you marry into a racist family. But again, you know, I have noticed that with black men. I gotta be honest. Listen. When they marry into a family, especially a Hawa family, that's racist, it seems like they don't think it's going to affect them. I don't understand. This woman is harboring a lot of anti-blackness and racism. And she was raised, your wife was raised in that family. So what do you think they're going to think about your black ass? Notice she called you colored twice. Or person of non-color. Or person of color, whatever the fuck she said. And then, not only that, but now she's saying the black family, which is your family, because your family, I'm pretty sure they black as hell. Because you black as hell, I'm black as hell, everybody black as hell. And the way she's talking and disassociating, you sitting up here arm in arm with her and asking her questions. Why did this need to be on TikTok? Are you trying to do a kumbaya moment so all the people could know that you can marry into a racist family and change their viewpoint? Is that what the purpose of this is? Because it could have been left in the drafts. I don't need to see the real life version of Get Out in my face. Red flag.
But I will tell you right now, with a true heart and a true spirit, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I don't know of another man other than my husband, and I had to beat the hell out of him.
You see, he wanted that validation so badly. This is what it is. It's validation, y'all. He wanted that validation. So you see, it's not all just you can go into a racist family. They're going to accept you and tell you, oh, you know, I was wrong. I was wrong to call you the N-word in my brain so many times. I don't even know your real... What's your name again, son?
But I don't know of another person that I admire as much as I admire you and love as much as I love you.
Oh, yeah, that's all he wanted his whole life, y'all, to be hugged by. Listen, it's like when it gets to a point, it really does.
Families.
Thank you, Granny.
You take care of my family so beautifully and do so much for me and my son.
Labor. You take care of my family so much, and you do so much for me and my son. I'm so grateful for the money. Keep giving us money. What's your name again? Because, you know, I called you the N-word so many times, and I don't even know your real... What's your name again? Yeah. She the type of person, when she gets dementia, all the N-words gonna come out. Oh, she gonna roll. They'll remember that. They'll remember every day. They'll remember what they associated your ass as. Lord Jesus. Listen, get me out of this damn matrix. But then again, I chose this story for a reason. Let's carry on. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. What is it? What are you talking about now? Let's rewind.
Thank you, Granny.
You take care of my family so beautifully and do so much for me and my son. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Wait, you and your son, red flag. What your son? Why is your son dependent on a black man to take care of him? He's lazy? What is up with your son? Why is he not able-bodied and working? Why are you taking care of her and her son? This This is a mess. But yet they not gonna do it for you. Go ask them to take care of you and your kin. Oh no, it's too much. Oh, you bet what you bring to the table. What's Meemaw bringing to the table? She brought her and her son, and look at you taking care of them. Red flag. Look at that. There's no way in hell, because I know, listen, this is the thing about racist families, and I'm being very serious now. Well, I was serious before, but I'm extremely serious right now. She's probably accosted so many black people, probably gotten black people fired. She's probably spit on black people. Listen, I'm making up stories, but listen, I'm not too, we don't even know if she participated in any of those activities during the civil rights movement of hosing people down and sicking dogs. We don't know what her life was like before. I need to know, what did she do for a living? How many black people she was around? How did she treat those black people around her? Because she should not be compensated. This is getting rewarded for piss poor behavior. Listen, I know it's in your past, but there's no way that I'm going to contribute to your rest and your comfort in the later years of your life when you made other people's lives a living hell. Red flag. Get out of here with that. I don't care. There's no redemption arc in the world where I'm going to sit here and pay for you to be comfortable when you made other people's lives miserable. Get out of here.
I love you like a son.
Love you too, baby.
And there's nothing I won't do for you.
I love you like a son, and your son can't even do shit depending on this black ass man to do something about it. But then he likes where he's at, so he likes it. I love it for him.
Love you too, Granny.
You're a wonderful, wonderful person.
You're a wonderful Negro. Thank you. Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
I wish white, black, and all were as good as you.
Wait, what she said? Hold on, sorry, y'all. I'm gonna shut up.
And do so much for me and my son. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you like a son.
Love you too, Granny.
And there's nothing I won't do for you.
Love you too, Granny.
You're a wonderful, wonderful person.
Thank you.
I wish white, black, and all were as good as you are.
Oh, thank you. What was your first impression?
I wish white, black, and all were as good as you. Wrap this right up. We're done. So this is let's see the family here. Yeah, of course. Look, of course. It's a couple's channel. Hold up. He got a YouTube channel. Let's see what's going on here. We're gonna do a part 2 about this one right here. Oh, that's the son? Is that the son? Is that the son? Listen.
Jimmy over for many, many years.
Hold on. God had a final say. Oh, that was the father-in-law. Okay. I'm not going to get into that. Okay. Where's the son? She said, me and my son. Oh, the father-in-law is the son. He's the one. Okay, so he's the okay, he's a caregiver. That's what I'm understanding.
For many, many years.
The financial caregiver.
Jimmy has been fighting, struggling. And this past year, Jimmy was diagnosed with cancer. And in April, I got a call from his daughter to ask me to come and pray with him. And when I was sitting there talking to this brother, he felt like it was his last day.
This is craziness. Hold on. So they got a black pastor. And he was raised by a racist ass white mom. Because remember, his mama is the one who was hugging him. Where's she at? That's his mama right here. And his daughter is the one who married the black man. And then now we have a black pastor preaching and putting hands on him to heal him. Ain't that? If this is not poetic, I don't know what else is. Now, I am very saddened that he got cancer, and I wish him well on his recovery. I'm not watching all of this, but let's fast forward. Because why is this on your YouTube channel? Okay. Oh, wow. He got lung and brain cancer. Damn. That's a double one.
Dear God.
Okay, he got baptized. All right, so he wasn't saved. He became saved at the end. Okay, so what was he? Oh boy, this is craziness. This should not even be on YouTube. Actually, this is this makes me very uncomfortable. I shouldn't be seeing this. This is too much. Like, it's okay to share your journey and stuff like that, but I think who is this? That's his wife or the daughter? Okay. All right, now we got the white pastor laying hands on him. Hold on. Was he scared? Because why his arms crossed here? Notice. No, listen, I'm going to be, I be peeping stuff. His arms are crossed here. All right, notice that. But when he's with the white pastor laying hands, notice how he's more receptive. His arms are not crossed. He feels more. Look at the smile right here. All right, that's him and the family. Okay, the sisters. Okay, I guess that's his daughter. One of them is married to the black man. This man is something else. How you gonna upload your father? Where's your family at? Okay, so we got the in-laws here. Where your family at? Oh, they only got how many? They only got a few videos here. Okay, it looks like they reside on TikTok. All right, we gonna watch you real quick. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Damn. Granny turns. You see that smile? I told y'all they all got the same smile. He was y'all.
Do it again. Hold on. All right, so you know what I'm saying, we start off with some little sways. Okay. Okay. She got them. Okay, just at our feet. So feet. Yeah, we're gonna add feet. So to the side that you're going to, you're gonna step at the same time.
All right, show me again.
Hit, 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 hit. I think you do it. Hold on, time out. I think you maybe do it.
She just can't do it. That's okay.
Do it again. Do it again. Hold on.
Child, I can't watch this. This is a crime against humanity. Okay, so where your family at? Because I only see these folks and your children. Where your mama? Where your daddy? You got Mima. Where your Mima? Where's all the folks here? Where's your family? I'm not talking about your children. I'm talking about your mama. Where your mama? I don't see no black faces over here except your ass. You see, he likes to be the token. Come on now. Teaching my father-in-law hood dances. Doing that same crusty ass Dougie. Red flag. Is he from Fresno? Where are you from? Where is he from? California? Hold up. Does he tell us where he from? Where are you from? Are you from California? Goodness gracious. Hold on. Where they from? We gonna find out. Hold up. Let's see where they went. They went to a beach here somewhere. Okay. Your daughter qualified state. All right. I don't want to put the babies on. Look at walking arm in arm. Oh.
You okay, Granny? It's your birthday.
I know it, honey.
I know.
90 years of racism, Lord. That's a great feat. You got to have that much hate in your heart for that many years. It must have been hard. She let it all out her chest. I remember she said, "You're different. I wish everybody was like you." Oh, here. Oh, they had okay, he got mad. He got mad because of the comments. Okay, let's see. And then we going to wrap this right up.
He's such a handsome man.
Oh,
you know?
thank you,
Such a
Granny.
handsome man, and he's always been nice and respectful to me. My mom taught us that a black person was just as important to God as a white person was. And Mom felt sorry for the blacks because of the way they were treated.
Mom felt sorry for the blacks. So how'd you become racist, Missy ma'am? Can you let us know what's your journey to racism? Is this like a session? How did you become racist if your mama had some type of benevolence in her heart for the poor blacks? Like, notice how she said black slipped off the tongue, huh?
When she was working at this person, he's always been nice and respectful to me. My mom taught us that a black person was just as important to God as a white person was. And Mom felt sorry for the blacks because of the way they were treated when she was working at this restaurant. You know, and she said, "You just don't mistreat people." And my mom didn't feel like she was any better than anybody else. And she treated the blacks that came to her to the restaurant's back door with just as much respect as we treated the white people, probably more, because...
Notice how she said the white people, but when she talks about the... Bruh, wrap this granny up. Wrap her up. Wrap her up into the... You know what? I'm going to shut up. Wrap her up. She's 90 years old anyways. Wrap all of them up. All of them. All of them. And add Clarence Thomas in that ass too. And you, sir. Add you. All of them. Wrap all of them up. The cooning, the buffooning, and this one right here. Notice when she referred to white people, she didn't say the whites. She said white people. But when she said the blacks, it wasn't even people behind it. And I promise you, the name blacks, when people say black, I know it's the new N word. When they say thug, there's another one. Thug is the new N word. Black is the new N word. Liberal, you liberals is you N-word lovers. That's what that means. They be code switching. They know how to code switch. Racists know how to code switch too, y'all. So every time she says blacks, N-word, and look how she's smirking. And then every time they say thug, like I said, N-word, and liberals is N-word lovers. Just remember that. All right, continuing.
Mom felt sorry for the blacks because of the way they were treated when she was working at this restaurant. You know, and she said, you just don't mistreat people. And my mom didn't feel like she was any better than anybody else. And she treated the blacks that came to her to the restaurant's back door with just as much respect as we treated the white people, probably more, because not all the white people are always nice. Mom just didn't feel comfortable having them to go out there where we kept our garbage. And Mom didn't think it was right that they were treated the way they were. But Mom taught us that we were a respecter of all people like God was. My mom cared so much about me to teach me to love all people. He's such a handsome man.
So, if your mom taught you all that, how did you become a racist? You see, you talking about your mama and all the good things she did, and she felt bad for the blacks, but not the white people. And she said white people twice, by the way. Don't let it miss you. Don't let it miss you. A rap grind, and then look at him cheesing and smiling. Where y'all live at? That's what I need. Where do you live? I'm curious. Hold up. This is a field. Where is this? Okay. Where do you live? Where the hell do you live? That's what I need to know. Oh, we gonna find out. Hold up. They gotta have a tag somewhere. Getting them ready for their first cookout. Okay. No, that's not what I want to see. Hold on. Where's the one where they excited? Okay. Here. If we don't know, here. Oh, he's doubling. Oh, he's still defending her. Okay, continue. He mad, y'all. He was mad at them. And you know what? One thing I love about TikTok, one thing I'll give TikTok is people have no patience for the foolishness.
Y'all, this is a powerful statement from Miss K. I've been so confused on just...
Miss K, what ethnicity are you? Miss K, okay, Miss K. All right, Miss K is a sister. What did you say, sister?
Y'all, this is a powerful statement from Miss K. I've been so confused on just people just still like showing hate on just such a beautiful moment. And no, I didn't have to prove myself to nobody. I didn't, no. Guess what? I never knew Granny felt that way about me until I asked her these questions. My wife never knew it. She's always told my wife anybody she wanted to date was always welcome. She never treated me differently. Granny welcomed me in her home when me and my wife were struggling. I stayed with Granny. Granny cooked me.
You know what?
Y'all,
I owe you an apology for last night because you wrote a comment and you said, I don't trust certain people, white people, you said in particular, because I feel like if I date a white man, then I don't know. You said something of the nature of you don't know if his family is going to like, or if he's going to harbor some resentment towards you or some racist feelings. You was up in that lady's house. This is getting worse by the minute, the more you defend yourself. Because I remember you said it yesterday, and then I was like, well, you know, I understand where you're coming from, but I also know that there may be some good white people out there, so, you know, sometimes you just got to look at the behavior and all that stuff. But yes, you should be cautious, and I did say that last night, but you know what? This is proof in the pudding right here. Proof enough. You got to be extra vigilant right here. So you're telling me that she never ever told you she didn't like you. She didn't tell her granddaughter she didn't like you. So she was an undercover racist. That's the worst one. Red flag. This whole time I thought she was out and loud and said, I don't want that black in my house. Y'all know what? It's the N-word. But she fed you. You stayed in her house. First of all, why was you staying up in her house? You didn't have no funds. And why are you hat fishing right now? You see, I can't trust no man who can't take his hat off. That's how I know you fraudulent. And then you sitting here talking about, well, I don't care to defend my, well, you keep doing videos and making it worse. This is egregious. So I'm going to say, just be extra cautious, especially for from people who are like, who do not, and I'm going to talk about it. Let's get into the Love Island stuff. We're going to finish watching this, wrap him right up. But be extra cautious with any race, but especially with people who have never really made an effort to befriend black people or to talk to black people. And even then, you never know. And this is the sad part about this whole situation. And I'm not deterring anybody from dating interracially. Absolutely not. You go where you're celebrated. It's all about the actions of the person. The fact that this woman was literally harboring these kind of sentiments against him and he didn't even know it. Is he lying? He must be lying. I think he's lying to try to save face, because ain't no way you didn't know that she harbored all of this towards you. It's weird to me. You're telling me that because that's the type of people who will poison you. And you got, like, this is craziness. You was all up in their house and the whole time this lady ain't like your ass.
This is a powerful statement from Miss K. I've been so confused on just people just still like showing hate on just such a beautiful moment. And no, I didn't have to prove myself to nobody. I didn't know. Guess what? I never knew Granny felt that way about me until I asked her these questions. My wife never knew it. She's always told my wife anybody she wanted to date was always welcome. She never treated...
She lied. Your wife lied to you. Red flag. I think your wife lied to you. She done said it. She said it. She said it. She probably was trying to act nice in front of your face fronting. That's all that was. But your wife knew and you still trust her. Good luck. Good luck, sir, in the Matrix. Where your family at? They probably distance themselves away from your crazy ass.
Differently, Granny welcomed me in her home when me and my wife were struggling. I stayed with Granny. Granny cooked me breakfast every morning. Like, this is why all of this is news to me, because I never even knew Granny felt this way. She never treated me any differently. You know what I'm saying? And the things that she's talking about, me taking care of her and her son is like making sure they take their medicines and taking out their trash. Like, stop assuming all these different things and creating all these narratives that are stuck in your head. When love is being shown, let love be shown. When growth is being shown, let growth happen. Like, let's all grow together. How can you receive love with hate?
Listen, I'm all about growing, but it took her how many years to grow? That means that you are the exceptional Negro to her. This means that it took for you to marry her daughter and her granddaughter in order for her to see your ass as a human being. That means that if they never had a black person come in the family, she would have still harbored the same thing. The only reason that she changed her mind is because you decided to use your labor. They will love you as long as you keep being a pet laborer. And I'm talking about the racists here. As long as you keep being the mule, they will love you. But let them finances run out and see how quickly the blacks and the N-words gonna come out. Red flag, you lost as hell. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. Good luck and Godspeed. Let me read some comments. This is crazy. I'm gonna put your family on the radar because I have a feeling something's gonna go down. Let's put you on the list. 615 coach. Yeah, you like to be the only one. You like to be the token. That's it. All right. Let life teach you better than anyone else can. And it's not hate. It's reality. But of course, you're not going to listen to the black folks and you're going to think it's all hate. Oh, they just hating on they hate our love. Can you see that? They hate our love. Continuing. All right, I'm going to read a few comments and then we got to end with the last story, y'all. Oh, I was supposed to do the Christian one, but I don't even think I have time for that. She sees him as Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince Mocha. You ain't right with that one. No, it's nothing funny about this. It's pathetic. I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you. It's funny. You know why it's funny? Because it's blatantly, like, what else can we do? What else can we do but laugh? Because there's not, yeah, it's not funny, but it is, unfortunately, because this is the reality. And they're putting it on social media and thinking people gonna be all up on that. Listen, if he likes it, I love it, but I'm sorry. It's funny to me because you can come out in 2026 and still call us the blacks. That is hilarious to me. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm sorry you didn't see it as funny. I understand it's a serious topic, but hell, there's nothing we could do but laugh at this nonsense because that's how stupid it is. Lay So Fit, they said Jordan Peele made Get Out about Keegan Michael Key. Yes, I remember that. And I didn't cover that story because, oh Lord, it was too much. We might have to run it back. I remember when that came out and I was like, I just don't have the bandwidth, because around that time there were other stories that came out and I was like, I really don't have the bandwidth to deal with this nonsense. But yeah, they won't do none of this for black women, melanated. There you go. I don't see this. I'll be honest with you. I don't see nobody going above and beyond to take care not only of your mother. Okay, mother-in-law, I have seen that, but your father-in-law, I don't see that very often. I'll be honest. I don't be seeing that. You've had those video recommendations. It came on my For You page, y'all. I was hollering, but it didn't come. Not that video. It was a Stitch, and then somebody was dragging him, and I was like, "Oh, what happened here?" And then I watched a little bit of the video. I was like, "Oh hell, I gotta talk about this." Sophie. Oh shoot, I lost your comment. I'm sorry, sis. I lost your comment. L. Elle said, "Ew, it's painful to watch." Exactly, it is, because it's reality. They posted this on TikTok, yo. They posted, like, this man literally sat there, posted it. Not only did he post that video, then he posted another video trying to explain himself, the one you saw with his shades, and then he had her back again, and it's even worse. Referring to the white people as white people, but when she said blacks, it was the blacks. That's crazy work, yo. Crazy work. So, Rosie said blacks with capital BL, right? And he's so silent. Yeah, because he doesn't, you see, that's how far removed he is from his blackness. He can't even identify the fact that she recognized the blacks as not even as people, but recognize the white people as white people. That's how you know you're far gone. He's lost, y'all. He's in the abyss. And unfortunately, this is something that I have noticed with people who do not connect with their blackness. That's the problem, is because I already could clock it from a mile away. The blacks, and then white people. Of course, that's how I know you don't see me as a human. You don't see me as a person. But this is what happens when you need validation from people. You don't see them as individuals anymore. You start to see them as like virtuous, as if like, oh, people need time to grow. Yeah, but she's 90. How many more years she needs to grow? She didn't want to until you started financially supporting her and her husband, and her son. That's the only reason. And you could tell she identified as hell. Oh, my son. I could tell she one of them. I can already see that. Does he like listening to this every day? Must love it. He must love it because he's still over there. Why is he showing this on the platform? The optics look bad, Nicole. Exactly. That's what's crazy about. He can't even see that. That means you really don't see yourself as black. You have been so far removed that you can't even identify when somebody is not even being respectful about your people. She didn't even say people. She said the blacks. Crazy work. Melanated, you said, ladies, Poland never enslaved or colonized black Africans. In fact, they fought alongside Haiti during the Haitian Revolution. Racism is global, even in African countries have tribalism. They didn't? Poland, I don't know. What? How do we get with Poland? But thank you for sharing that with us, sis. They fought. Yeah, Poland did fight with Haiti. I remember that because we have a lot of Polish people in Haiti, and some of them actually defected and went to Haiti. That is very true. But about the racism is global, even in yeah, they do have tribalism. There's a lot of tribalism, colorism, tribalism. There's a lot of stuff, y'all. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But thank you for sharing, sis. U.S. L, you said they claim they're not racist and that it's a USA thing, but have never even considered that they have to unlearn stuff. Yeah. Everybody does. Deja Rue, yup, where his people's at? That's what I was asking. I don't see now one of them on the TikTok. And if he talks to them, it's probably like not publicized. And you know, some people, well, maybe his family's private. Please, come on now. I'm sure you could find one black family member around there. But no, that's who he surrounds himself with. He likes it. I love it for him. Yep, they're racist in Poland too. Everywhere. And a lot of European countries are. Absolutely. Racism is global. They didn't enslave blacks. But even if they didn't enslave, what I will say though is melanated, they didn't enslave us. They may not have enslaved us, but they still there was, I mean, sometimes it contributed. It's more of a touchy subject, that one. I'd have to research this one. I don't know too much about other European countries. But yeah, there's racism everywhere, globally, everywhere. Asian countries, everywhere. White countries, black, everywhere. They have racism problem in Italy and France against black women specifically too. Yep, and this is why I will never step foot over there. Sorry. I'll be honest with you. I'm just not, I don't desire. If you live there, that's okay. I understand that. But personally speaking, I'm not spending my tourist dollars because remember, I'm on vacation. I'm not spending it to be called the N-word and get pasta thrown at my face. Get the hell out of here. I'm going to go to somebody's jail. And I'm not trying to go to jail in another country. I already have too much trouble with keeping my mouth shut. So yeah, there's some countries that are just a no-go for me. And I know some people are like, well, you can't just listen to what people sound like. There's enough evidence for me to know that I'm going to cuss somebody's ass out. There's like a 99% chance that I will cuss your ass out. So I would rather remove myself from the equation and not spend my dollars over there than to go there and to have to nuck and buck with people in another language, because I will tag that ass. I don't play about that. So I don't play with the disrespect. I have way too much mouth on me. But yeah, let's continue, y'all. Love Island is the last topic. Ooh, I gotta hurry up. I got 20 minutes. Okay. The video we were supposed to watch is not about this one, the interracial one. We might have to save the Christian rapper. Let me see if I could maybe do it. Sunny Holston, we'll do that next week. Chrissy had a video, but no, there was a video about interracial here. Hold on, give me a second. Let me put this down. Let me put all these down. Where's the interracial one? Amanda will have to do next week because I only have 20 minutes. Here, this one. As a black woman, interracial dating is only positive with men who will protect you. Okay, let's watch this one.
It was actually going to be about is for all of the black women out there that are interested in interracial dating, watch the reunion. Watch the reunion and watch what happens after the reunion. And I will explain why every black girl that is either interested in or thinking about opening themselves up to interracial dating need to be paying very close attention to Carl and Bryce. For those of you who are not watching the show, all you really need to know is that the woman in the pink dress, that's Anaya. The man right next to her is Carl. I'm pretty sure that they're the winners. And this is Trinity, and that is her boyfriend, Bryce. They are, I'm pretty sure, the runner-up couple. Dark-skinned black woman, non-black partner. A lot of the people who have left the villa have been on AfterSun, have been on TikTok, have been on their social platforms, being incredibly shady, if not outrightly mean about, and like making insinuations about these two women, the dark-skinned black women on the show. A majority of the people that were supposedly all bestie, friendly on the island are not following them. They're following the other people. They're not following the two dark-skinned black women on social media. They're like Casey and TT, I wish them nothing but the best. They really do deserve each other. And they're trying to spread this whole, we didn't win because everybody's anti-black and because they don't like women with braids. Up. Here is why I think especially every black woman, technically it's any woman that's going to be dating outside of their race, but especially black women need to be watching the show, because not only are they going to be getting a weird amount, both of them, mind you, the people's princess is right here. Trinity's the people's princess on this show.
I have to respectfully disagree. Her takes are so weird to me. TT I watched it after some, by the way. I did watch the episode. So what I will say is that she said it's because she had braids or she was black. No, that wasn't the reason. I think she hasn't watched the show. So she's just talking based off of what she's seen on social media. I'm talking about TT. TT needs to everybody needs to rewatch the damn show. I'm tired. Because it looks like nobody's watching the show and they're just going off of what people say on social media. You need to watch the damn show. That's number one. Number two, though, I can admit that the optics were bad with Trinity. And when TT came back from Casa, everything started because Trinity got into it. So I even said that in that live stream. I said, what who is this one? Why is she talking? Because remember, I had never watched, I was trying to boycott, and then, I got reeled in because of the whole Casey and Anaya situation. So I will say, though, that there is a level of validity to Trinity being, like I said, she was way too invested in Casey and Anaya's love triangle. And not only that, but I feel like the way Anaya was with Sincere and Melanie is the way Trinity was with Casey and Tiara, TT. I get, being behind your friend and 10 toes down behind your friend, and I understand that, but it really got to a point where it was like, okay, it's a bit much. And so this is where that situation started. And also because Trinity and Anaya, they were very quiet when Sincere was the one being shown on movie night, dogging Melanie out, but they had a lot of smoke for KC. So the optics do not look good. And so it looks like you're favoring the lighter skinned people over the darker skinned people. So let's not act as if this is not the issue. I don't like that, where like some people are brushing through it and saying, oh, it's because they're in interracial relationships. No, it's because they think that the way that they were treated, or they treated KC, was different from the way that they treated Sincere. And this is why it's important to treat everyone equally. Because if I'm going to drag a Jay-Z, I'm also going to drag, who's another person? Just give me a white person. I don't know. A Tom Brady. If I'm going to do a case study on Taylor Swift, I'm going to do a case study on Beyonce. And I'm going to do a case study on Olivia Rodrigo or whoever, right? And I'm going to drag everybody equally. That's the problem, is that the optics do not look good. And I got to admit that. As much as I really want Anaya and Trinity to grow from that, and I know that, people make mistakes, and I am rooting for them, I will say that the optics do look bad. 100%. 1,000,000%. Because Sincere should have been, he should have been dragged. Nobody dragged him, and I'm confused. I was sitting there like, hold up, why y'all not yelling at him? But then again, there are parts that they cut from the reunion as well. Not the reunion, from movie night. So then is it production that's not showing that they held him accountable? Or is it just them not holding him accountable? But we have other examples too, because I got to be honest, it's not just production. Because remember, after movie night happened and they were like, she's like, I'm Team Sincere. Red flag. And then not only that, but even when her mama came and said, hey, you got to stop defending this man. And then what did she do? She told Melanie, oh, yeah, maybe I wasn't being a friend to you. But then after that, she spoke to Trinity and said, oh, yeah, but he's such a good guy, right? Oh, yeah, he's great. Come on now. But then when it came to KC, it was like, oh, he's a demon. He's a devil. Hell, both of them are demons. Red flag. Drag both of them. All of them. Zach. And she defended Zach in the... Come on now. She defended Zach in the post, in the first post out the villa. Zach. KC. Sincere. All should have been drugged. Personally speaking, and throw Dylan's crying ass in there. Not because he's crying, it's because he's insufferable. Red flag. He gets on my damn nerves. Throw all of them in there. And Bryce. Because why is Trinity the one posting on behalf of your raggedy ass friend and you're not doing nothing? You see, these are the situations. I can still like somebody and still hold them accountable at the same time. Let's not go over that. Let's not smooth that over. Please and thank you.
Both of them are going to be getting a weird, I expect that both of them are going to be getting a weird amount of drama from the majority of the cast once they leave the villa. And that's not even including the amount of abject misogynoir, anti-Black woman specific racism that they both have been getting on social media. Not so much Trinity from what I've seen, but Anaya, they gave Anaya the Olandria treatment. People were putting her face on George Floyd's body. There's another creator on here who I have blocked forever ago. I think her name is, I'm not going to say her name. Who referred to Anaya as a gorilla. Like, it is a mess.
Now that's crazy. And this is another thing too. Again, this is why you have to drag everybody equally. When it comes to race, and the reason they did that to Alandria, I gotta be honest, again, we're gonna keep it 100, is because she was still hugged up on Huda and still friends with Huda. Even after, and there's no excuse for the gorilla stuff, and that's just racist being racist. They look for any reason to be racist. We gotta be honest. So racist was still gonna be racist regardless. But what added fuel to the fire was that she befriended that weird ass weirdo Huda when she should have distanced herself away from her like Shelly did. And unfortunately, it bit her in the ass because then her fans came after her. That's literally what happened, because she was trying to be the middle maker and the peacemaker and all that stuff. And all that vitriol came right to her when she decided to distance herself away from Huda. Same thing happened to Amaya. As soon as she distanced herself away from Huda, that's where all the hate came. But I don't know if she had any gorillas in her damn comment section. Either way, people used it as an excuse to be racist against KC because of the whole KC and Tierra situation. People use it to be racist against Anaya because of the whole KC situation. So it's, again, opportunity for people to, one, be racist, and two, misogynistic. Again, there's just a lot more on the line for the black contestants, and this is the original reason why I boycotted Love Island, and I shall boycott next season as well, is that they start these race, I don't want to say wars, but these race conflicts with the black cast, and they always have them in the most negative lighting and the most negative edits. But yet, a Sincere, how the hell can he escape this? I don't understand. Because if anything, he should be getting the most lashings out of everybody, in my honest opinion. And Zach is right behind them. And KC too. So it should be Sincere, KC, Zach. My opinion. So when we look at that, the optics, and then we are on social media. And another thing is, black people hold other black people to a higher standard. We got to be honest about that. So when we hold these young black women to a higher standard, we hold this young black man to a higher standard, and we focus on them because we're just worried about the black contestants. We got to be honest. So most black people are not going to care about no Kinsey and no Dylan and no Melanie. We don't give a damn about them. We're just going to care about the black people. But the problem is that once we start holding each other accountable, we have to be very careful of how we do it. Because then you're opening the door for racist people to come in and to start thinking that they could get in the conversation. And this is another problem we have with social media. It's like there's no grace being given to either side. And then we're saying a whole bunch of shit about one side, saying a whole bunch of shit about the other side, and then not really explaining the nuances in the situation. And of course, like I said, it always comes down to these 2-minute videos. Red flag, I'm tired of TikTok. This is what happens when you have short form content. You can't really form an opinion and show everything. So then now you got these racist people going in the comments thinking that it's A-okay for them to be putting gorillas under Anaya's picture. Red flag, because y'all let it happen with TT. Red flag, which should have never happened in any capacity. That's the problem. So then they try to join in on it, and they're focused on the black characters. For what reason? We don't fucking know. Because we don't care about the damn Kinseys. I don't give a damn. Did I even talk about Kinsey yesterday? I barely mentioned her. Because I don't care. But then you'll see them mentioning KC and TT and all this stuff. They love it.
Mind you, the person that referred to Anaya as a gorilla, from what I understand, is another black woman. So it's a mess.
Because she's defending KC, like I said.
These KC supporters, the amount of black women KC supporters, it gets real self-hatey very quickly. So these women are going to leave this villa with their men, a pair of them with good money, and then see, yes, a lot of support, but also a lot of racism. And then they're going to go into an enclosed environment with people that they thought they were in close community with, who will likely be sharing a whole lot of macro or micro aggressive behavior. And their non-black partners are going to be sitting next to them, My question will be, how do they defend their partners? How do their non-Black partners stand up for them, support them, defend them, or will they?
Now, well, it's already happened because Sincere's family, I didn't even talk about that, is here. Get this man off my damn screen. Sincere's family, they then they have a whole bunch of microaggressive and anti-Black statements against Anaya and Trinity, calling Trinity ghetto, saying Anaya is like Princess Fiona, even though he explained it. It's still, we already know the optics of Shrek. It's already happened. And yet his name was tagged in Trinity's post. Red flag. Come on now. This is what I'm talking about. Where's Trinity's post? Here, I'm going to show y'all. No, I don't think I'm playing. Here. No, not this one. Where is it? Where is it? Trinity Tatum. I don't know why they put that. Lord, what did I spell? Here, she took to her Instagram. Let's see if we can see it. Look at this right here. After literally his family at the finale that was on Sunday. Sis posted this on, when did she post this? 5 days ago. On Monday, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday? Coming out of the villa. One, I want to say I'm very blessed and appreciative of the love and support everyone has given me. She should have kept it at that. With that being said, I want to say the hate and ignorant comments some of you guys are doing regarding Zach, the one who is absolutely not okay and needs to stop. It's very disheartening, and we are people just like everybody else. We genuinely have love for each other inside and outside out of the villa, and he's one of the most amazing people I've met. So please have some empathy, Zach, right? Meanwhile, your friend's getting gorilla emojis under her post. Casey's also getting gorilla emojis and people calling him the R word, which you see again. Inviting. And then also, look at who she tagged. At Zach, at Bryce, at Melanie, at Anaya, at Carl, at Sincere. Red flag. And his family was talking mad greasy about y'all. This is why you don't cape for people without knowing the information first. And yes, their partners are sitting right next to them. It's already happened, sis. It's already happened.
I have higher expectations for Carl.
But then to be fair, she posted it. So they think she's aligned with that. Oh, she's okay with it. How can you? And also, I don't expect Bryce to defend her. I already told y'all. If Zach is his friend, that means, I don't know. For me personally speaking, I judge you based on who you hang out with. I have to. Because how can you be friends with a degenerate? Like, I don't get it. Oh, he's just my boy.
Because Carl is he's Asian. He's half white, half Asian. So there is a likelihood that he has had experiences with having to navigate racism in his lifetime. Bryce, that is a white man.
No. You see, Carl doesn't matter. What is she talking? You see, that's why me and you, sis, I don't know who she is. And I know she's a fellow Haitian sister, but no, you got it all wrong, ma'am. You think because Carl's Asian that he'll know he will. You think, oh, the movie's there? Okay, we're going to have to tap. Let me go save this right quick. That'll be for next week. You think that because Carl is Asian that he's going to understand anti-Blackness? You got something else coming for you. Look at who Carl's been around. That's what I was supposed to show yesterday. Carl, I got to go real quick, y'all. I got like 10 minutes left. Carl's ex-girlfriend. We might have to continue this conversation next week. Look at who he used to hang out with. Hold on. Where's his ex?
Don't get too comfortable, sweetheart. I was as everything once, too. Don't get too comfortable.
And look at his ex already up in there. But that's not even it. Hold on. Let's get to here. No, that's not the one. His friends, I saw his, wait, where's his TikTok? Where can I see his TikTok? Hold on. Carl Love Island TikTok. And yes, people's preferences can change. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging him by his preferences. I'm judging him by his friend group. I'm not judging him by his preferences at all. Because people can change their preferences. Best believe it. My problem though is his friend. Does he hang out with black people on the regular? Does he have a black or many black? Does he interact with black people? That'll tell you all that you need to know. And this is why it's important to know this stuff. Hold on a second. Where's his his TikTok? I put Instagram. Where is his Instagram? Actually, you know what? Let's look at his Instagram. Let's check. The same way I did with that brother. Listen, I'm a very much equal opportunity. I don't care who gets mad at me. This is his Instagram, 1.1. 100% is him. Okay, let's look through it. This is Villa People. Okay, let's go back in time. Asian, white and Asian. Asian. Okay, he got a black friend. All right, there we go. All right, there's hope for you right here. One. Okay, but let's go through. How many times we see this character right here? Was it just a one photo op? We gonna have to know. That's him and is that his sister? Oh yeah, I think she is. Okay, who that right there? Annual Cotton Trip. Is this him? Who's that? Who did he tag? Annual Kitten. I can't see who's on the cover. Okay, that's it. Okay, no. Let's see here. He got a lot of growing to do. Okay, the friend is there again. Okay, he's part of the friend group. All right, here we go. But let's look at yours. Where y'all from? NYC. Oh, he might be like the other guy. That's his friend group. Oh yeah, he's a shabuzi. Okay, all right. I mean, he's very open-minded, which is great. But yeah, look at his friend group. There we go. So we have a lot of issues here, y'all. And again, I have to preface this by saying I'm not saying that if your man has never hung out with black people that he's racist. Absolutely not. But it just gives me an idea of what he knows, how high his threshold is. And I don't see no black women here. And the black man he does have there, he's not hanging out with people who look like him. He's hanging out with people that look like Carl. So then what can he teach you and what can he tell you about his community or about his experiences? And of course, you're not going to sit there and talk to your friends about racism all damn day. I would hope that you have other topics to talk about, but it's important to have a frame of reference and to know other people of other races. You need to explore, you need to talk to other people because then your idea is limited. How are you going to know how Anaya feels when she sees the gorilla emoji? Yeah, it's wrong. You know it's wrong, but you don't even know the levels of which it's wrong. You don't know that. You need to educate yourself. And I hope he educates himself the same way Bryce should educate. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get to Bryce soon. Don't worry. Let's get to him right here. Yeah. Listen, the friend group, the exes, he hasn't been exposed yet. And that's okay. But is he willing to be exposed is the question, and this is what we have to watch out for. So this is something that I would want Anaya to watch out for and also for him. But then let's check Anaya's friend group too. Where you at, girl? Where you at, sis? And we're going to check Trinity too. Let's check. Beautiful pictures, by the way. They try to say she was face fishing. I don't see the difference. I just think she got a lot of makeup on, but I think she looks the same pretty much. Okay, she has pictures of herself. All right, that's how you do it. That's right. Period. But then the only other picture she doesn't have of herself, yeah, optics. I ain't gonna lie. Optics look funny, but that's okay. I mean, she only has pictures of herself. I don't know. Trinity, where are you at? Here we go. Oh, she only got love. Is that her? That's not her. Did she deactivate her account? Hold up. I gotta I'm gonna shout out my brother next week. Trinity. I gotta get to the bottom of this. Where is it? So Trini. Okay, here we go. Okay, pictures of herself. That's okay. She doesn't have a lot of pictures. All right, here we go. I love that for her though. That's right. Keep it for yourself, sis. You and Anaya. Keep it on yourselves. That's what it's supposed to be like. Who else? Casey. What's his name again? Casey the Great. Okay. Who follows him? Oh, PK Nisha. Okay, that's my friend. I don't know who that is. All right, he only has pictures of himself. Who knows? Okay, there you go. Tiara. What's her name? TT? Oh, there she is. Tiara. Oh, she didn't get a lot of followers. Wow. Pictures of herself. I love to see it. There we go. All right, she's with the baddie crew. All right, we gotta look out for this one right here. But yeah, like I'm gonna... Oh, Bryce. He's the last one. My bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me go quickly. And again, I don't know these people's lives. I don't know who they hang out with on a regular basis. So I'm just judging based off of what I see on Instagram. You got to be careful with that. Where's Bryce? Here, he came. I spelled his name wrong and it still came up. Okay. He's just... Okay, pictures of himself. I love to see it. All right, yeah, he's really a model. Okay, is that his brother? Oh, wow, he looks just like... Oh, my God, they look just alike. My goodness, they look like twins. Okay, that's your brother? Okay, he's private. Very private. I love to see it. Okay, him and his brother look like twins. Okay, I love that. Very selfish. Love it. There you go. It's about me, myself, and I. Okay, him and Trinity, they match. Look at this. All about themselves. That's what it is. Who's behind you? Baby's on set. Okay, his is all work related, y'all. This is a set photo. Yup, I can already tell. I don't think he has friends like that. He just has connections, y'all. Okay, is that your friend? That's your friend. All right. Oh, page is not available. I wonder why. Pride Hotties? Why they put that? Damn, somebody put that 507 weeks ago. Who is this? Okay. Let me see. Who's commenting? Why they look... Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but all right. It looks like he's about himself. But anyways, point is that, yeah, I don't know. I have to wait and see. But yes, they're already getting it, and we'll see how their partners react or what happens. But personally speaking, I don't have high hopes. I don't have high hopes.
Neither of them are melanated. So, not to say that I have I'm hoping that they have the ability, the want, the skills to stand up for these women, to protect these women that they care about in the way that they deserve to be protected, especially with the amount of just violence and hate. And I'm not even saying...
But we could say the same about KC. He hasn't come out and said anything to defend TT either. So, I mean, we got to be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. Zach has not come out to... Matter of fact, she defended his ass. Red flag. It's craziness. I'm still pissed off about that. I got to stop it right here because I got to get going. But we're going to finish this off next week because I think it's a very important topic. And I want to also watch a Chrissy one. Zach has not defended Kata. KC has not defended TT. Bryce has not defended Trinity. And Carl has not defended Anaya. Here we go. Sincere, please. Where is his ass at? I don't see Melanie getting any hate, so she's fine. But most of the hate she's getting being stupid for being around that man. So yeah, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. None of the men are defending the women.
It's not necessarily physical
and
violence.
Water is wet.
Social violence that's going to be coming their way from people that they were all living around for weeks. Now, when I was dating, I largely dated outside of my race. I talk a little bit about this on here, but I didn't start dating until I was in my late 20s. Nobody was really interested in dating the black girls, especially the black boys when I was growing up. And then throughout school, nobody was interested in dating the black girls still. Grad school, college, and then I left. I went on dating apps. I started dating in New York, and turns out shit, it was a hot commodity. And I was like, okay. Then I realized I was a hot commodity around money, and I was like, mama likes dollars. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Now, because I'd grown up in so many different environments, so many different environments around so many different people groups, I got to have the experience of learning a lot of romantic lessons through friendships. I learned all of my relational lessons through friendships and then superimposed them onto my romantic relationships. So I knew what it was like to have white people stand up for me. Let me be more specific. I knew what it was like to have non-black people stand up for me when things were tense,
Yes, and you know what? That's a very important lesson. And I want to preface this by saying, because I know some knuckleheads going to come in the comments, but your husband's from Korea. What could he know about? Yeah. As soon as he left Korea, best believe, when he was in New Zealand, he made friends with everybody. Black included. He found black friends in New Zealand. Ain't that crazy? Not just black friends, everybody. And even in Canada, you can go on his Instagram and go check. He has friends from all over because he's never limited himself. Not only that, but I remember when I first started dating him, one of the things that I looked out for was I went on his Instagram. First thing I did, same way I'm doing Carl's, the same way I did, and Carl and Bryson, whoever is, the same way I did Dom. I was like, who you be hanging around? Y'all want to see one of the first few posts he did? He was talking about the injustice with George Floyd. He was talking about all that stuff. Equality. Yes, that's one of the reasons I was like, okay, he checks the map. Yeah, made sure to handle his parents in case there was any problem, but they never had no issues. And then not only that, but you see it in the person's behavior. When I had an issue in Korea, guess who called the school and got that sorted within not even 24 hours. Monday morning, he called the school. By the time classes started, I got an email. Romy, we need to meet with you. That's right. Yeah, don't play with it. They're like, but did you really have to get your because he was my fiance at the time. Did you have to get your fiance to call? Yeah, damn right. And then I had another problem with another school. Oh yeah, they was trying to knock on your girl. Oh, all I did, he made that phone. He said, what did she do? Made that one phone call. It was over with. Over with. That's right. You need somebody who can advocate for you, and vice versa. So it's like you shouldn't be the one to defend yourself in those situations. You should have a partner who understands that and can speak for you just like you can speak for them. It should be reciprocal. The same way TT was squawking in the villa post Casa. Where's Casey now to help her with all of them damn memes with gorillas under her comments, and also the memes where they were like making and showing her as a man? He's nowhere to be found. Bryce is nowhere to be found when his girl's getting all these damn death threats and whatever because she's sitting out here squawking for Zach. Carl is nowhere to be found when Anaya has all them gorillas on her damn comments. Come on now. We got to be honest about these conversations. Now, can I say they can't grow? Of course they can grow. They're humans. But I still don't think that 90-year-old lady, she's too old. I'm so sorry. There should be a time limit on growth. But still, like, we got to be honest. All right, I'm going to park it right here. Now she's speaking some truth here, and I will read your comments, and we got to get up out of here because I got to run. Oh, shoot. Time is elapsing. Yo, when I tell you, Dub, hey, hold up. I should tell y'all that story. I'll have him tell the story, y'all. He saw the email because she accused me of cheating on an open test book. Like, it was an open test. Sorry, open book test. She sent that email Friday at like 6 o'clock. Very inappropriate time. It was like 7. No, it was like 7, 8. It was like evening time. I told him about it. Monday morning, he said, okay, what's the name? What's this? You know, we was talking all weekend. He ain't saying nothing to me. He was just like talking about other stuff. We was just talking, breathing, whatever. Monday morning, he messaged me like, honey, I handled it. I said, okay. Y'all, within the time their doors open, I already got an email talking about, oh, hey, Romy, we might need to set up a meeting I had to set up a meeting with the chair and the professor. And then at the end of the meeting, when I started defending myself, I had all the legal stuff. I was like, how you going to do this? An open test book? Did any other students? You know, I did my Olivia Pope thing, packed them right up out of here. And at the end, she was like, oh, I have one question for you. Who's that guy that called? Is that it? Like, who is that? Your husband? I was like, no, that's my fiance at the time. And then she was like, oh, but did he really have to call? Like, you didn't have to tell him. We could have handled it ourselves. I was like, well, I'm not Korean, so I don't know the system. And I know the system, but I was just like, well, he felt like he should defend me because he felt like I was being bullied. I said that. And then she was like, oh, okay, well, next time, like, it's okay. You don't have to call him. Y'all, I don't know what he told them folks. He still won't tell me to this day. I'm going to see if he could tell y'all. He won't tell me what he told them folks, but he had them scared. He had them people shook as hell. He had them people scared as hell. I don't know what he told them folks. Just mind you, I don't know what he told them. But he must have said something to spark the fear in their asses. Because, yeah, they handled that real quick. And then I ended up getting an A- in that class. F that lady. I hate her till this day. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. And then she tried to accuse my friend Vanessa of cheating too, y'all. It was a crazy thing. The 2 black girls, imagine. And I took her class before, and I was like, have I ever cheated here? I was like, I took your class last year. She's like, yes. And I was like, have I ever been accused of cheating? No. She's like, what kind of student am I? I'm like, she's like, you're actually a really good student. I was like, so why would I cheat now, you dumbass? Red flag! Get out of here with that nonsense. She was on a power trip. That heifer. Anyways, let me read your comments, y'all. Now I guess to get going. Okay. The Black Watchers have a parasocial with the Black Islanders. Who's the Black Watchers? You gotta let me know. The Black Watchers. You mean the viewers? Okay, yes, they do. And it's so disturbing, y'all. It's so disturbing, and it's such a turnoff because I just don't understand for the life of me why the death threats. Like, we really it's a lot, and I know kids are watching too. That's how I know. Melanated. Yes, I heard Sincere's family racist microaggression comments on TikTok. Exactly, and nobody's addressed it. No one's addressed it, but maybe they're gonna address it at the reunion. So I'll wait and see. But it's very funny that she could address that, but not address anything else. It's crazy work, y'all. Shane Conde lives in Thailand, and she is very much obsessed with racism and white people. She doesn't even address black femicide and call out black men. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But she did say that I'm not surprised because, yeah, we got to call it all out. If we're going to call it out, we're going to call it all out. Oh, you're talking about the content creator. I noticed that. Sophie, I had one of them YouTube content creators drag me for holding Casey accountable for his actions in Anaya, but some of the black women are problematic to other black women. Facts. We're going to talk about that next week. Because they think he's a good black man because he has a good career. I mean, he's a nurse. I think he's a CNA. That's a good career. And also because he's educated and he's handsome. He looks like, I mean, Soulja Boy's not ugly. So when I say he looks like Soulja Boy, I mean like he looks like he's a handsome black man. So I mean, Soulja Boy of yesteryears. Not now. I don't know what the riffraff is going on right now, but yeah, he's the type of black man they would go for. Same thing with Ace. I noticed that people would defend Ace more than Taylor. It's because he's their type. That's the thing. She's his ex from high school. She needs to grow up, Rose. I agree, she does. But it's not just her. I think there's 2 exes, and also, yeah, again, his friend group. You gotta fix that. L, you said white ex-girlfriends be so insecure after the ex dates a black woman because they see her as a downgrade. Facts. And how do we know people not putting on the digital blackface? And maybe it's her friends putting the gorillas in digital blackface because they know they can't do it. You know what I noticed? Most of the people who put the gorilla face are either from another country or they're probably putting digital blackface. That's what I see. Rooted in Moonlight. Hey, Romy. Hey, everyone. Finally catching the live. Hey, welcome, sis. I'm about to leave soon, but I'm glad that you caught it or caught the tail end of it. Mary, you said absolutely. Yup. Love Island drives exes crazy. It does. And I think it's because they see their ex has moved on. And maybe I heard that one of them is still hanging out with him. It sounds like she's still in the wings. And this is another thing, too. It's like, I don't understand this whole friendship with exes stuff. Like, you shouldn't feel that emboldened to make a TikTok. That means she's still talking to that man. In high school, he's 28. High school was so long ago, and that means I think she's still talking to him to some capacity, or they're still friends. Because ain't no way you gonna catch me talking about a high school paramour from years ago. Either that or she just wants clout. That's all that is. I keep hearing that Bryce is gay. I keep hearing that too, sis. But I don't know. I don't have any evidence other than he hangs out with gay men. And that to me is not, I mean, he's in Hollywood. It's not like but even if he wasn't in Hollywood, like, I'd have to see more, to be honest with you. Because I think that, like, he'd have to be like Kendall. Remember Kendall was spreading it wide open? That's when I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely hiding. He's in the glass closet. Kendall, remember when that sex tape came out? Rob too. Rob had a sex tape too. He was spreading his pussy wide open. But Rob, I think Rob is gay for pay. I think he might be bi too, because the way Aaron was all up on him. Aaron's definitely something's off here. I don't know what's going on with Aaron, but you know, I won't say too much because I don't want to get into people's business. But Kendall, once that, like, I didn't really think about it until the Bussy video came out. I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely hiding. And I think because he probably doesn't feel like he'd be accepted if he's gay. I don't know. But Kendall needs to come out the closet. He's in there. He's already in there. He's in there. He just don't want to come out. Or he's bi. Devonda, you said Romy Corbin is dragging Kenzie in his new interview. You said that Kenzie and Dylan relationship fake. I'm not surprised. Yup. I'm not. She was trying to make Corbin jealous. She really wanted Corbin, but you know, the thing is, she thought he was gonna be sitting with her like the other simpy black men, and she realized, oh, he's not a simp like the other black men I used to deal with. Cause Kenzie's prom date was black, y'all. She had a black prom date. Hold on, I'll show y'all real quick, and then we got to go. Oh shoot, I gotta go now. Hold on, let me show y'all real quick. Kenzie's prom date was black. I didn't even know that. I was like, that's news to me. Hold on, where is it? Where's my Google? Okay, it's up. Okay, y'all might not see my face, but that's okay. Okay, Kenzie's prom date. Kenzie been on them streets. Here, hold on, let me see if I can find her prom date. Her prom date was a young black man. I saw it on TikTok. Kenzie Love Island prom. Let's just put prom. Maybe I'll find it. I'll show it to y'all next week, but she was with a young brother, and he was KC's color. And remember, in After Sun, she was like, oh, the best kissers were KC. And she made sure to say that. She's like, KC and, who she said again? Corbin? I don't remember. She said two people. And Permita said KC. I think she said KC and said, yeah, I think she really wanted KC, to be quite honest with you. Or she wanted Corbin too, but she just, I don't know what she was doing, you know, for the optics. Yes, Dom, we love to see the energy. Yeah, he's always knucking and bucking, y'all. Sometimes he's a Pisces, though. I told y'all he's very Pisces coded. And that's one of the reasons why I feel very protected, is because I know that he's going to defend me no matter what. And just like he knows I'm going to defend him. So it's not going to be no, like, you know, one-sided thing. I was watching him. I was... You know, but of course, at the time, I was really angry because I was about to defend myself anyways. He's like, no, I got it. He's like, what did she do? The first thing he said when I told him the story, he's like, what did she do? He went off for like an hour. And I was like, no, it's okay. We're going to handle it, da-da-da. He's like, no. And then he said, what's her name? What's her number? Okay, I got it. And then Monday morning, he messaged me. He handled it. And I was like, all right. That was it. That was it. He don't play that. He does not play that. He's not a quiet. That's why he couldn't stay in Korea. He's not a get along type of man. He really gonna nuck and buck. Like, he nucks and bucks everywhere. Yeah, he does not play about his rights and advocacy. CFT said it's good to have a Korean superhero in Korea. Now, superhero was a little bit much, sis. But yeah, he was good. Maybe he did watch. Oh, you know what? You might be right. He does watch a lot of Avengers. I'll give him that. Superhero, whoa. Woo Lady, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I gotta get going. But let's do Woo Lady next week. Because I gotta talk about Woo Lady and Bree and that whole situation that happened in Miami. I didn't know, like, it was gonna take this much time. I only had 3 hours. Damn, I talk a lot. If only 3 hours is not enough. But I got y'all covered for next weekend. Soulja Boy he was handsome, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Soulja Boy was very handsome. Very handsome. So that's why when I call KC Soulja Boy, I don't want people to misunderstand. I'm not saying that he's ugly at all. I'm talking about like the Soulja Boy, that one. That Soulja Boy was handsome. But this one, I don't know what's going on with him lately. Rosie said white people stay friends with their exes. Yeah, so they could creep. They could creep back in. That's what happens, y'all. I'm not surprised. I also heard KC has a trans women BFF, but the black community is not calling that a red flag, but they'll attack black women interracial couples of Love Island. Exactly. And just because he has a trans friend doesn't mean anything. But you see the hypocrisy, and that's what I don't like. I'm like, okay, like, let's call it all out. I don't think there's any problem having a trans friend, a gay friend. It doesn't make any sense for there to be a problem, because women can have those friends. Why can't men have those friends? Now, when I will say it's a problem is if every time I call you, you don't want to pick up. You always with that friend. Y'all taking vacations together and not including me. And then not only that, but I see your pussy wide open on some site. Then I'm going to be like, okay, you're lying to me. Something's off here. But having a gay friend or having a trans friend, I don't see the problem. It's a friendship, right? So it doesn't make sense. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with having queer friends. Exactly. And I got to call it all out, because just because a man has a female friend does not mean he's smashing them. And just because a woman has a male friend doesn't mean she's smashing him. And just because a male or a woman has a friend who is queer doesn't mean they're smashing them. Like, people can literally just be friends. But it's all about the behavior. Like, if you start being sneaky around me and you don't want me to be around your friends, and then all of a sudden, like, I see you outside and you just doing the most, and you're not, you're treating me as if I'm nobody when I'm your girl, and then you have more respect for your friends, and that's whether you're straight or gay, I'm gonna have a problem. And that's with straight men too. They'll be all out with their homeboys, but don't give you no damn treatment. It's the respect. So I don't see the issue either. Yup, exactly. And just like people have friends of different races, they should have friends with different sexualities and gender identities. Yep. And then you learn a lot from them too. And that's one thing that I will always promote. So yeah, on that note, I gotta wrap it up, y'all, because I'm already 3 minutes late and Dom already got Mimi ready. I will see y'all next week. We'll talk about Woo Lady and the Christian X. I'm so sorry if you were expecting to listen to that today, but I'm strapped for time. We gotta get to the groomer. But in any case, please enjoy your week. Have a great weekend. Look out for the case studies that'll be released. And I'll see you guys next Saturday. All right, have a good one, y'all. Enjoy your afternoon or evening.